Live and local, it's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show. Here's Elon Musk.
Okay, Fan Sports Sunday. Tito with you. Michael Bennett to my right. Do my eyes deceive me? Is that rhyme time? Jacob Rhyme on the other side of the glass there. My friend, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. Tito, how about you?
Doing all right. You're killing on your college basketball stuff. Give us the Twitter thing. Come on. What are you on Twitter? Come on, tell it.
It is Rhyme Time 05.
Rhyme Time 05. Go check him out. Michael.
He's predicting everything?
He does analysis of everything. He does his power rankings every week. He tells you about the games. He puts the schedule out there of games you need to watch. Okay. The dude's insane. But it's great. It's all good stuff. So, anyway, Ryan, back there. One thing. We got a big show lined up for you today. By the way, Ryan, I'm going to do this to you live on the air right now. At 12:07, I want you to call Tim Hall and see if he'll come on the show for 2 minutes. Okay? Just 12:07. Just call him out of the blue. He's not listening. Call him out of the blue and say, Tim, Tito wants you for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Anyway, we got a big show lined up for you today. Meca Don's going to join us at 12:30. Tyvis Powell, 12:45. Jimmie Bell, 1:15. Bobby Carpenter, 2 o'clock. Not to mention the fact Michael Bennett, who was on a championship team for Ohio State as well, NFL experience, and now he's Esquire, which I can't believe he makes me call him that every time I see him. But
those are the rules.
I put out there on Twitter. By the way, follow us on the YouTube channel, too. Go check that out. There's going to be a lot of Ohio State talk today. NFL talk, sure. Ohio State basketball, both men's and women's. Jackets talk. We'll do all those things. We're hear sound from Ohio State players and Ohio State coaches from the week leading into this kind of a big game, I guess you would say, tomorrow night.
Some would say, yeah.
Kind of a big game.
Just a little bit.
And our fan coverage, by the way. I don't know if you heard them talk about it in the last show, the call-in show, but the Fan and 10 TV tomorrow for Championship Monday, wall-to-wall coverage of Ohio State's journey to glory. Bobby Carpenter kicks things off live from Atlanta on Morning Juice starting at 6 a.m. The Fan pregame show with Maddie, Tyvis, and Dane from 2 to 4. You can stick around for the Fan tailgate show hosted by Rothman, Andy Katzenmoyer, and Tim May from 4 to 6. In-depth Buckeye coverage all afternoon long on 10 TV with Dom Taberry. Adam King reporting live from Atlanta. At 7:30, of course, in the moment we're all waiting for, the Ohio State Notre Dame game in the CFP. Best Buckeye coverage presented by Logan Services, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Catch all the action on the Fan, 10 TV, and streaming on 10 TV Plus. Go Bucks. So we got that. How pumped are you for tomorrow night, Michael?
I can't wait. And it's not just that we're going back to the national championship. You know, Ryan Day's taking us there. It's that I don't see Notre Dame really coming away with this. And, you know, knock on wood, I think this is like porcelain or something, but knock on wood, because you don't want to jinx your squad. But this Ohio State team are playing at a level that we've expected them to play the whole season. They're peaking at the right time. I'm excited for these guys who have been, you know, for 4 years, a lot of these seniors haven't been able to get a Big Ten championship, a win against Michigan, you know, a national championship. And it looks like they're poised to make all of that worth it and come away with the first national championship in 10 years.
So I teased on Twitter, and I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I asked listeners, I was going to tell them at 12:05, I would tell them why I have the list of guests I have today on the show, including my good friend to the right, Michael Bennett, but I've also got, obviously, Tyvis Powell, Jimmie Bell, defensive lineman for Ohio State, Tyvis Powell, defensive back, Meca Don, Bobby Carpenter, All-American linebacker, Ohio State. Do either of you want to guess why I have this stable of guests on the show today?
My first guess is they all have ties to the national championship.
That's a good guess. How about you, Jacob? They you?
All Buckeye greats?
No, that's not it. Let me tell you why.
True, but not it.
I say some stupid stuff sometimes, right? Okay, I piss people off sometimes, some of the stuff I say.
I wouldn't believe that.
No, it's absolutely 100% true. And if I'm going to have some guys that owe me favors, I want my ride or die guys to be defensive linemen or linebackers. That's what I want. Okay, you think Dane's going to defend me? No. Dane and I get out of the car, we both get put to the ground, all right? But if I've got Jimmie Bell and Michael Bennett and Bobby Carpenter in the car with me, they're my ride or dies. So this has nothing to do with Ohio State football. This has to do with big boys with beef.
What about Tyvis? You didn't list him there. Tyvis can scrap.
Yeah. Look, I put Tyvis on there. Look, Tyvis is here, but let's look. Out of the people we just mentioned, Okay, who do you think has more career NFL interceptions? Tyvis Powell or Dane Sanzenbacher?
I would guess Tyvis.
Dane Sanzenbacher. He's got one.
I remember this conversation.
Yes, he's got one on a special teams fake punt they threw against him. He got it. Dane 1, Tyvis 0. So, nonetheless, I didn't mention Tyvis on purpose of that because of Jimmie Bell, Michael Bennett, Bobby Carpenter. Those are the guys I want to defend me, not Dane. Not DeVere. No offense, DeVere. I know. Bobby's the original Lankster, though. He's a Lancaster gangster. He's a Lankster is what he is. God, we got a big show lined up for you today. I can't wait to talk about Ohio State. This is the easiest show to do.
It is. We got such a big game, and I mean, this whole team, how can you not want to talk about them? Like, the last 5 games, it's been incredible to watch the development, just the passion that they've started to play with. I mean, we felt the difference in that Tennessee game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could talk about them for hours. Luckily, we're here for hours.
We're here 2.5 hours today to 2:30 before we lead into the NFL playoff coverage, which we'll have today going on. Rams and Eagles following us here today. We're trying to get Tim on without telling Tim we're going to have him on. Because I have 2 simple questions for Tim. That's all I'm going to do. KC beat Houston yesterday, 23-14. Washington over Detroit, 45-31. Rams play Philly today at 3 o'clock. Ravens and Bills at 6:30. Jackets lost to the Rangers in a shootout. First shutout by Daniil Tarasov. I said Daniil. Daniil Tarasov, the goalie for the Jackets. His first shutout. He's the first player in NHL history to lose his first career shutout. So he has a shutout, but loses. Because the other ones that did, I think there are 5 other players, according to Aaron Portzline from The Athletic, our good buddy Porty, and all of those guys ended up in tie games. This is for pre-shootout years. So he loses 1-0 in a shootout, but it's a shutout game for him. Jackets hold down the top wild card spot in the East. CBJ are at the Islanders on Monday at 7:30. OSU men off until Tuesday when they travel to 17th ranked Purdue with another chance. He's not coming on. What did he say?
He didn't answer.
Oh, Tim Hall.
He's enjoying his Sunday.
There's 2 reasons I wanted Tim Hall on. One, because I didn't want him to have a day off this week. That's the number 1 reason I wanted Tim Hall on. Number 2, he was tweeting late last night after that Commanders win. He's a Commanders fan. Okay. You and I talked on the way in. You asked what kind of I'm a fan of. Steelers, Reds, Buckeyes, Celtics, Blue Jackets. I'm all over the place. Tim says hold my beer because Tim is all over the place. And he's a Commanders fan, Jayhawks, I think Orioles, maybe Royals, I don't know.
And I'm getting tired of the Jayhawks too.
I get it, yeah. But the fact the Commanders won last night and Ohio State's playing for a national championship, I wanted to ask Tim if this could be his best sports year of his life. If the Commanders win the Super Bowl and the Buckeyes win the championship, would that be the best sports year of his life? But he chickened out, didn't answer the phone. So look, if you're afraid of Tim Hall, or if you know him on Twitter, I don't care. Send him a message or tweet him, text at him, whatever you want to do, and just tell him he's a coward for answering his phone when Rhyme Time called him. 9th ranked OSU women, by the way, they're 17-0. They play today at Penn State at 1 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on that game. Did you hear who the Bears are interviewing for their head coaching job?
No, I was going to guess it would be Vrabel, but he already took his job. So
Vrabel's got a job.
Go ahead, break the news.
The Bears, according to, let me make sure it's right here. I want to make sure I announce the right person who had it out there. Jay Glazer put it out. The Bears are scheduled to interview Eddie George for their head coaching spot tomorrow morning.
Interesting.
George has been at Tennessee State for the last 4 years. He was named Coach of the Year for his conference this year. They went to the playoffs, lost their first round game, but nonetheless, he's been there so he's had success there. He was the Ohio Valley Conference Coach of the Year for Tennessee State in 2024. I'm a huge Eddie George fan. I would love to see him succeed and get to that level. I don't know if making the jump from Tennessee State to Chicago is the best career path for him.
I mean, it's a heck of a jump.
Yeah.
I'll say, a storied NFL player, incredible NFL player.
Should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Should be in the Hall of Fame. So he can use some of that experience. I mean, and how are you going to turn down the Bears job? It's just,
right.
That's a tough job to have. They're going through coaches every, 3 years or something?
Seems like it. All those offensive coordinators happens too, yes.
But once you become a head coach in the NFL, it'd probably be easier to become another head coach somewhere else. So, I mean, good for him. That's incredible. But yeah, I'm not beating down the door to get the Bears head coach job.
I think that Eddie George would be better served either going to be a Division I, I should say, the the big boy college football coach first, or be a coordinator in the NFL if you're going to do that.
But what big boy college football head coaching jobs are open? I mean, you could try
There's not many right now. No, I'm saying, but like, wait till the next coaching cycle, the next cycle of, after next season or something. Have another year at Tennessee State. There'll be people that are going to leave. Mm-hmm. But I could certainly see George look, George he's a pro. Yeah. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
And I think he'll do great wherever he goes. I just think the Tennessee State to Chicago would be a big jump.
I do too. And I think he's a humble guy, so I think he'd be able to get the right people around him, take advice. It's just, I'm sure Beam is listening as I try not to talk crap about the Bears, but that ownership is not very good. They're not going to set him up for success. So he's really going to have to, pry out some wins.
Sure.
I think if anybody could do it, it'd be great to see him. And I always love Buckeyes taking head coaching jobs. Like, we're all over the place. So, like I said, more power to him. But that's going to be a tough one. He's going to have to really claw that one out.
Is Tim going to man up? Do we know that or not, Jacob? Is he going to man up? He's not? All right. We'll see. Coming up next, folks, let's be honest. Most of what you hear today is about the game tomorrow. We'll let you hear what some of the people in the game said next. We'll do that. 97.1 The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Let's rodeo at the Cinch World's Toughest Rodeo. Saturday, February 15th at Nationwide Arena. It's rodeo and a whole lot more. Come early for autographs, pony rides, and more. See more action, the best entertainment, and be a part of the fun. It's too great to wait. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. It's wild, it's Western, it's pro rodeo at the Cinch World's Toughest Rodeo, Saturday, February 15th.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PREP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text PREP to 42424. That's PREP to 42424.
It's the moments we've all been waiting for. The Buckeyes play Notre Dame for the Natty. 18 hours of live coverage starts Monday at 6 with Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Logan Services.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, I invented 5 new ways to say we come through for you when you need us to.
Do we need more ways to say it?
Get Eco.
ECO. When your toilet won't flush, we come in a rush.
Get Eco.
ECO. Want a ceiling fan install? We come when you call.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When the temperature is unpleasant, we fly like a pheasant.
You were kind of reaching for that one.
But I didn't reach as far as Puerto Rico.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We're standing by and ready to fly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When you're in a sweat, we come in a jet.
Reaching again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When your drain has a clog?
We'll sled with a dog.
No.
We'll surf on a log.
No.
We'll run, not jog.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We do it right at the speed of light.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. We come through for you when you need us to.
GetEco.com.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow developing as we head throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. Temperatures staying steady in the mid-20s, up to an inch of accumulation, and some snow showers could be heavy at times. Snow tapers off overnight as temperatures dip to near zero. Wind chill values 10 to 20 below for Monday morning. But then Monday afternoon will be mostly sunny and cold. Highs near 10, but wind chill values stay below -10 throughout the day. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Indeed you are. Tito and Michael Bennett, Jacob Reimer with you. Let's head out. Boy, the power of social media. Somebody got into his ear. But now we're joined on the Bryant Heating Cooling System fan guest hotline. Our good friend, your good friend, host of the Buckeye Show. You can see him on 10 TV as well. He's everywhere, by the way. Catch him at a Buckeye game. He's always there, and he'll put pictures of him eating a chicken sandwich or drinking a Coke. He is Tim Hall. Tim, I called you out, buddy. I feel bad now because now you're calling in. But I just want to know, Tim, if the Commanders win the Super Bowl and the Buckeyes win the Natty tomorrow, is that your best sports year of your life?
It's too much for him.
Tim's speechless. Reimer's going to get him on here now. Boy, I tell you, it's such a great question. I'm not going to repeat it. We all heard it the first time. Anyway, we'll get Tim on here shortly. We're efforting on that end. But, yeah, he was tweeting last night, the Commanders game. He's a lifelong Commanders fan. And he was enjoying the game last night against the Lions. And so we'll get his take on that, though, here shortly. But I do want to play this clip from you. Oh, we got Mike Adam over there, Jacob. It's let's see if we get him here.
I want to know if Tim, like what the chances Tim thinks are of the Commanders winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, Tim's going to be realistic. He will be unrealistic about that.
You think he's going to get his hopes up?
Yeah. Oh, I totally do. Yes, I totally think he will. I absolutely believe he will. Yes, I think he will get his hopes up. We'll ask him now. Tim, I'm saying your hopes are up. You believe the Commanders could very well win the Super Bowl. You've got to be excited about Jane Daniels. What's your thought?
Tito, were you talking smack and you don't even know how to operate your own phone?
No, what's me? I don't do the phones. You guys don't give me access to that. That's all on Reimer. Don't you dare, Tim.
You're a radio professional. You're running the show here. You're trying to show Michael Bennett the way that we do things, and you can't even bring the phones up.
I don't have the phones access, Tim. I don't have it.
You can tell Tim's feeling himself off a Commanders win.
Tim's very excited.
Yes, I mean, you asked the question about Ohio State and the Commanders. I don't know what's going on, but I know everybody likes to give me crap, right? You too, Tito. And I hope you're doing well, Michael. You're awesome, by the way. So I'm glad that you're doing some shows with us now.
I appreciate that, Tim.
I like
it's just
the
me being
Royals.
chopped liver over here.
Yeah, you're Tito. You're fine. You've been here for a long time. You've kind of maxed out what your potential is going to be. But Michael Bennett, he's like on the rise. He's going to hit an apex at some point. But yeah, I got multiple teams. People will give me crap about that. I went to Kansas. I lived in the KC area, so I like the Royals a little bit. I'm an Ohioan, so I like the Bengals. But childhood teams, I was a Cal Ripken guy, a Baltimore Orioles guy, and a Washington Redskins guy. I really love the Jim Lachey factor here since I started living and working out here in Ohio and then becoming friends with one of the great offensive tackles for my favorite football team growing up, which is one of my fondest sports memories. We were on our one and only Disney World trip when I was 8 years old, and we watched the Washington Redskins pound the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. So now with Ohio State on this run, with the Commanders, look, I don't know what the odds are that they're going to actually even, win this next game, depending on if it's the Eagles or the Rams. I'm just enjoying it. It's a magical run, rookie quarterback, new head coach, new GM, fresh ownership. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe they beat the Detroit Lions like that, running away last night. It was fantastic.
Is this something that you could have even dreamed about earlier this season? Like, obviously, like you said, rookie quarterback, Dan Quinn stepping in. You couldn't. I can't imagine you would have hoped that they would be this good. How has it felt throughout the season?
It's shocking. And Michael, I don't know how closely you followed their story, but I think I never would have expected this, to answer your question. No, I don't know if anybody could. And from following some of the guys that cover the team in that town still, the word was in that building that they were hoping to maybe be a 7 to 9 win team and be a disruptor, right? Be a thorn, be a difficult team to beat. This was not a team that was going to be looking to pick in the top 5, the top 10 of the draft again, because they did pick Jaden Daniels and they had a lot of faith in him. But the things that happened is they went out and signed a few guys. And you could speak to, having veteran leadership and maybe in some of the NFL locker rooms you've been in, Michael, and guys that you would look up to that have maybe been on other teams and been there, done that. But when they bring in a guy like Zach Ertz, when they bring in an Austin Eckler, a Bobby Wagner, a Frankie Louvu on defense, I think some of those guys just sort of helped stabilize everything that was going on with some of the younger fellas. And it just worked. Like, they just had some veteran leadership. Even a guy like Jamison Crowder, who was there earlier when they sucked, and now he's back. He gets a key third down reception. He's making plays. And then Terry McLaurin. I mean,
scary Terry.
You know Terry, Michael. Like, this guy, I mean, you could tell everybody better than I can just what a good leader he is, what a good guy off the field he is, and how exceptional he is on the field. Beamer was even texting me last night asking me about his speed and where that came from. And I'm like, Beam.
That's what he's been doing.
When he was recruited out of Indianapolis, he was like the fastest guy, and then he just had to play special teams and do all the dirty work before he could start making all those plays. But he's my favorite player in the NFL. And the fact that he's a Buckeye and also a great Washington Commander now, it's just so cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts about the Commanders, because I thought they had a great defense for the last couple of years. They just couldn't put it together on offense, which was ridiculous because Terry was killing it. They had good receivers. They had a great receiver in Terry. They had some good running backs. So to see them all put it together, and I'm always one of those people who says you should not start a rookie quarterback. I'm a firm believer in that. And Jaden Daniels is making me look like an idiot. Every now and then you get guys like CJ or Jaden or Lamar who can come in and change a franchise. You still got to see what they'll do in year 2. But if you go deep into the playoffs your first year, then okay, you can have a little slump in year 2. So it's been incredible to watch him. He looks like an 8-year vet out there. So my dad is a Commanders fan too, so he's through the roof right now. Yeah, I don't know how he's able to look like this, but they're showing shots of him, when the defense is on the field, and just how he can just sit there and be so calm and just be in the moment. Nothing seems to rattle him. And this was a guy too that he didn't have major success as a college football player, playing at some of the programs he played at and then going to LSU. And I mean, he wins the Heisman while taking 3 losses that season, and it's not something that you typically see. Even though we just saw it again with Travis Hunter, where guys that are on teams that aren't exactly the best in college football, but you almost get the feeling that he was ready for this. That he was, not to say that he lost a lot, but ready to be more of a winner and put his stamp on something, because he wasn't the top quarterback. I mean, I know he was number 2 overall, but
let's face it, there was another guy that everybody was saying was going to be better than him, and how Caleb Williams was just a clear-cut, far and away number 1 overall pick ahead of him. And I'm with you. Like, it's not just the wheels that he has. Like, that's great. Like, that obviously is a huge thing for him, but it's the way he can sit back there in the pocket and make the throws. You're nothing if you can't make throws, right? Like, we've seen mobile quarterbacks before. That's all well and good. That adds to what you can do. But if you're going to be a legend, you got to be super accurate when you throw, and he's got the arm. Some of that deep ball that he threw to De'Ami Brown, which, by the way, he becomes a big story now. Like, he never had 5 catches in his life, and now he's been – this awesome wide receiver. Like, you put a real quarterback out there, and suddenly some of these guys in D.C. look pretty good. So I don't know who I want, if it's going to be the Rams, if they're going to play it in L.A. or play another one in Arizona. I kind of would like the Rams to beat the Eagles because going to Philly seems tough. But kind of, again, same feeling that I had going into Detroit. House money, just go play the underdog role and just keep this thing going.
We've seen the summer of George. This is the year of Tim. Tim's had a great year, and it's getting even better. Tim, did you text String Bean last night?
No,
okay.
No,
right.
I didn't.
Okay. Maybe do it today. But I want to give you my
from the fans past reaching out to me that are big Detroit fans.
Right.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure, because we're right against the break here shortly. I want to make sure I did this to you before we got to the break, so you didn't have time to respond. My Cal Ripken take. Are you ready for it?
Oh, God. You're going to say something about how he kept the streak going.
He was selfish to never take a day off. He was selfish.
Sure, yeah, selfish. I'm sure he had some people in charge of the Baltimore power grid, too, that could flicker the lights if he was running late for a game. Yeah.
You know what? Take a day off and rejuvenate your body and be better the next day. You don't play every single inning of every single game, Tim. It's selfish.
I'm sure he was behind his own mom's kidnapping, too, Tito.
I didn't go quite that deep, but I'm just saying, I think the guy should have taken a day off once in a while.
He's the Iron Man. What are you going to do? He just can't. 22 straight All-Star games? He's also one of the GOATs.
And by the way, speaking of Iron Man, we get Tim on his day off, so he doesn't have a day off this week. Tim, thanks for the time, brother, and glad you had a good time last night. Let's get a Buckeye win tomorrow, bud.
Michael, thank you so much. You too, Tito.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll call you the last hour again. See you later. That was Tim Hall, host of the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan right here, and always catch him on here. Also 10 TV as well. Stick around. In 2 minutes, buckle up, folks. Time for Meca Don from Atlanta. We'll do that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Game day is almost here, Ohio State fans. Come to Dick's Sporting Goods to get your new Ohio State gear. And make sure you're ready for the big game. Shop our huge selection of Ohio State tees, hats, and hoodies for the whole family. In-store or shop online at Dicks.com. Every championship season starts at Dick's.
Here's a listener tweet. Are men and bones stupid in real life? Yes, they are. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Michael Bennett, Jacob Reimer with you. It's thank you to Tim Hall for joining us, by the way, the last segment. That was fun, unexpected, and put him on the spot. But Tim always does what Tim always does. He comes through. And now it's time for...
Let's get fired up for the Buckeye season. It's time to buckle up with Meca Don.
Mekka Don, Buckeye Nation. It's time. Buckle up.
Look, Buckeye fans, you might say Ohio State's title run is because of some changes in play calling. You might put it on the defense, the offensive line, Jim Knowles, Will Howard, Jeremiah Smith. You might say all these other reasons why Ohio State is in the national championship. I'm telling you right now, you're wrong. It's because Mekka Don put out another hype song for Ohio State. Did it last in 2014? Natty. Did it again this year? Playing for the Natty. He joins us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Mekka, you get all the credit, all the praise for this one.
No, I'm happy to be a part of it in a small way, but it is a little bit coincidental that we've written both these songs for the national championship appearance.
That's very humble. It's not the truth though. Okay, it's humble. That's fine. I get it. You got to say that. Are you wheels down? Are you in Atlanta now with your son?
I am literally in the airport right now. Just landed about 20 minutes ago. First person I'm running to, Chris Carter.
Of course.
We were landing around the same time, but.
Right.
So Buckeye fans were in abundance. Our whole flight was Buckeyes from Columbus. In fact, they added flights from Columbus to Atlanta because the demand was so strong. So we're here strong, man, and excited.
Of course they did.
That's incredible. I was checking out some of your older songs. We're going to have you reprise that Silver Bullets Are Back song for this team. They've been incredible.
Yeah, Silver Bullets have been amazing, man. I'm so impressed with them. When I was thinking about the defense the other day, I was like, wow, when was the last time that I felt this way about a defense? You know what I mean? Like, not just like individually, man to man, person to person. I think they're all great players, and they all have a tremendous amount of heart and intensity, and they really play together. And you could tell they love each other. And I think not every team has that, so they're special for sure.
Meca Don joins us here live from Atlanta on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. After the feelings we had after the Michigan game versus where things are at now, it seems to me, Mecca, like, I don't know if I've seen an Ohio State team with that kind of a quick transformation. Like the championship team back in 2014 had the loss to Virginia Tech, but then had a long time before everything else went down. This one had to turn it around pretty quickly, and especially coming after the loss to Michigan. I can't recall another team from Ohio State having this kind of a turnaround this quickly.
Well, I think part of it is because they haven't gotten the chance to, right? A lot of times when you lose to that team up north, you're out, right? So you don't even have a chance to rally. I think that loss in a lot of ways, I think was hurtful to them, but I think it was embarrassing. And especially for the guys who came back and said, wait, hold on. We came back here, and one of the main reasons was to beat that team up north. And then obviously another reason is to try to win the national title. So I think they really rallied, and obviously everyone's talking about the letter that Jack wrote and kind of how he talked about the meeting that they had. And those guys rallied. This team has always been this talented. That's the thing. The Michigan game, to me, was an anomaly. I said it afterward. But, it could have gone two ways. And they rallied around each other, and this is the result.
Mecca, you've been tuned in for the last decade, probably longer than that. What have you seen? Give me similarities between, when I was there in 2014 and our run and, like, just the environment and the attitude around the team. What are the similarities and differences you see with this team going into this national championship?
I think, it's the closeness, right?
Yep.
So, the guys love each other. The guys are playing for each other. People don't believe in them. They've been underdogs at different points in time. Even I think in 2014, losing JT in that Michigan game and then Cardell coming in to finish it out. I believe we won that Wisconsin game. I don't know if we were favored in that game. And, they have Melvin Gordon, the Heisman Trophy winner. So it wasn't like we were just, thought of as these world beaters. And then you go to Alabama again. You're underdog against Alabama, which was similar to kind of the Oregon game a couple weeks ago, right? You're not expected to win these games. So the chip on the shoulder is really deep, has been deep for both of these teams. But it's also the closeness and the togetherness, right? These guys are playing for each other. They're excited for each other. They're happy for each other. And yes, you get that in some teams, and you hope to have that every year, but it just doesn't always work out that way. And so I think that those are some of the similarities for sure. These guys really have a lot to prove.
How old's your son, Mekka?
7.
If he and I both took the SAT right now, who scores better?
On math, he definitely beats you.
That's fair. That's the answer I was hoping to get. No, I don't think I would. I think I'd have to lay points in this one. I think I have to get points. I'm saying I think you'd have to lay points at me on that one. I've given up trying to follow you because every time I look on your Twitter, on Insta, everything I look at with you, you're always doing something. There's always something new going on with you or your family. And people are listening to this show that are down in Atlanta right now, are going to be at the game. What all are you doing in the next couple of days?
All right, well, I'm doing a bunch, but the things that I will mention that are kind of public is one is doing a performing at the Welcome to Atlanta Alumni Association event tonight at Hudson Grill. That event is from 6 to 9. I think it's sold out, but I heard that you can kind of pull up and maybe have a chance to get in. So that's tonight. And then tomorrow we're doing a tailgate game watch party. I'll be at the game, but we'll still have a game watch party going. And then a post-game event at Trap City Cafe. That's going to be with me, Troy Smith, Teddy Ginn, Mike Doss. It's going to be fun. Doors open at 4. It's free to get in. Trap City Cafe again. So if someone, there are a lot of people down here in Atlanta that don't have tickets or who are not going to the game and looking for game watches. That'll be a fun one. And that's tomorrow at 4. So I'll be doing that, and then a few other things. We'll remain quiet for now, but I'll bring them to the social media if I can.
Okay. If he beats me on the SAT, I'm going to post him up and play one-on-one. But my next question is, do you have a prediction for the game, for the Notre Dame game tomorrow?
I do. My prediction is 27-14. And I think that obviously Ohio State is a better team, but I think Marcus Freeman has those guys ready to play and believing. And I think they're tough. They got a lot of good players and quality players. I think they'll, pull out some stuff that we probably haven't seen before, try to muck up the game, running the ball, keep the game a slow-paced game. And I think they'll be tough, but I think those Buckeyes will eventually pull out and show that they're a superior team. So, I got Buckeyes winning 27-14. And if you allow me real quick,
yes.
I don't know if you know this, but on a podcast on December 17th, 2024, I actually predicted this exact road that we were going to be Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and play Notre Dame in the national championship game. It's on my social media if you think I'm lying. And so if we do win this, Tito.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm going to be mad at myself for not putting a lot of money on my
I was just about to say, I hope you made a parlay.
More money, more money, more money.
That could have been really beneficial to you if you would have done that.
I know. And it's funny. Somebody probably did. Somebody probably heard it and was like, how are we just going to follow this guy, this crazy guy that thinks he knows what he's talking about. They probably made a boatload of money. So
that's amazing, Mekka. And for me, it's tough tomorrow because I could hate Brian Kelly with no problems whatsoever. I can't hate. Yeah. I cannot hate Marcus Freeman.
Well, what's beautiful about it for me is that I feel like for Marcus, he doesn't need to win this yet. Marcus, you're a young coach. We all know you've proven everything you need to prove, right? We know you're a stud. Go to the Bears and do your thing, right? You're good. You lose to Ohio State, no shame in it, Marcus. You know what I mean? He's nothing to feel bad about. So I don't feel like, I want to crush him like I would have wanted to with Brian Kelly for sure.
Right.
But I feel like, it's not really a big deal, man. You're a former Buckeye. You've already proven all you need to prove. You're handsome. Everybody's talking about you're going to be a next GQ model. You're good, bro. Just let us take this one and go right off into the sunset. That's how I feel about that.
You know what he really is? He's the anti-Tito. He is handsome, smart, and young and successful. He is the opposite of me. That's what he is, Mekka. Dude, enjoy the time down there. Enjoy the time with your son. What a special experience for you guys. And we'll get a win, and we'll talk again next week, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Go Bucks.
You bet. Go Bucks. That was Meca Don. I love having. We had it on all season on Sundays, and look, the fact he does this, they play the hype song. They played it all season long in the stadium when Ohio State was playing, and I think they're going to play again tomorrow. He's really a great dude. DeSales kid, played soccer and football for DeSales and walked on at Ohio State before going on to all these wonderful things he's doing. But Buckle Up is the song, the hype song all year long we've had, but always love having him on. All right, coming up next. This guy also knows something about playing in a national championship game. We claim him as one of our own. He's Tyvis Powell. That's next, right here, Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness. Beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef. And more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good. But bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Start Reaction Monday off in style with Bobby and Beam on Morning Juice. They're talking Buckeyes at 6:20, 7:20, and 8:20, and probably all the other minutes in between.
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
It's It's Almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
How do you think you should display your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there and one-handed because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So, I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
That is Tyvis Powell. Our good friend Tyvis joins us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Played on the last Ohio State National Championship team with the guy to my right, Michael Bennett. Tyvis, I've got a 10-segment show today, and out of the 10 segments, I've got Timmy Hall did one with me. You're doing one. Mekka Don did one. Jimmie Bell. Carpenter going to do one as well. That's half the show right there. Do you think that's progressive and smart by me with Ohio State playing tomorrow night, or lazy?
It's definitely lazy, but it's what the fans want. They get tired of hearing from you, so they let's hear from some other people. So it's actually smart on your behalf.
Thank you. That's the first time you called me smart. You were up there signing autographs yesterday, somewhere up north. I don't know where you were, but Bobby was up there. A bunch of you guys were up there signing autographs. What's the weirdest thing? Or has anybody ever asked you to sign something weird or do something weird with a signature, inscribe it weird to somebody?
I've had some weird things happen before. Right now, I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but it was some stuff where I was like, that's a first. I've never heard of that. I have not signed a chest. I've signed a head before. That was a weird one. I signed a head. I try to keep it PG-13,
Tyvis, I've unfortunately never signed a chest either. I haven't had anything that I had to sign that was weird either, but somebody gave us, did you get a figurine? Somebody made a figurine for me, which was, I thought, awesome. I wouldn't call it weird, but it was unique. I hadn't seen that before.
Oh, yeah. I've had, they had the flathead. Mm-hmm. Somebody gave me the flathead one. And then I had somebody make me one a whole action figure type thing, and it was cool because they had my swag right, they had the sleeve and everything. I was like, oh yeah, you paid attention to the details.
For the record, Tyvis, I've signed my own chest. Going into the game tomorrow night against Notre Dame, curious, what is the key defensively for Ohio State in your mind?
It's containing Riley Leonard and that run game. I think that. Obviously, they say the run game opens up a lot of things in the passing attack. There's not really a lot of receivers that they have. I mean, the one kid with Great Waters is the guy who's the only guy that got a little juice to him. He's come along in these playoffs. But outside of that, Jeremiah Love is the guy, and Riley Leonard with his legs is kind of the two guys offensively that you kind of worry about in this game. So I think that they understand that they're not going to be an explosive offense. They're going to try to just work their way down the field, dink and dunk, get a couple 3 or 4 yard chunk plays here and there. So for me, I think if you stop that run game, that will kind of help you win this game a lot, which the Buckeyes have done a great job in these past 3 games.
Tyvis, can you talk to us a little bit? I think about our run all the time, the 2014 season, how much adversity we faced, how close that brought the team together, what we were playing for later in the season. Can you talk to people and explain a little bit how important it is for a team to truly buy into the brotherhood aspect, and then talk about what you're seeing from this team after that Michigan loss?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it was the one thing I tell everybody. You want to know what the secret recipe is to winning the championship? Is that I love my teammate more than you love yours. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Honestly, I'm willing to go out there and do whatever it takes because I don't want to let the guy next to me down. He needs to know that I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, and I know he's going to do the same thing because he loves and he cares about me and my family just as much as I care about him and his family and his success. So to me, that was kind of the secret recipe, being selfless is what they'll say. And I see the same thing with this team. After that team up north game, after they lost that, this entire country flipped on them. Everybody was out on the Buckeyes. And the only people that believed that they still had a chance was each other. But you know what? That's the same thing we learned. All you really need is each other. And you got to trust each other and know that we're going to do what we got to do. And I'm seeing that same energy from them. When you hear these guys talk, it's all about the brotherhood. It's all about each other. It's not about me. I could care less about my individual stats. to me, that's the signs of a national championship team. And that's why I'm so confident that these guys will get it done. You've seen guys excel and take a step up, but it's everybody together. It's like now I know Jack Sawyer got like the big thing on defense right now, but it's everybody on defense flying around and getting there and trying to make plays. Guys is taking up double teams and not allowing Jack to get double teamed. It's things like that. It's guys that we don't even recognize that's really excelling, that's doing their job, that's allowing other guys to get to shine. So I think, to me, that's what you're seeing right now, and that's why this team is special.
I love that you said that, Tyvis, because I still remember. I don't know if you were in the room when he said it, if you heard it, but when Mike Vrabel was our coach, and I think it was our junior year, and he said, or my junior year, he said, my greatest fear in life is letting my teammates down. And I think that really, pushed us to believe in that even more, really lock in together. But I wanted to know, where do you think this Buckeyes defense ranks on the all-time list of Buckeye defenses?
Ooh, they definitely up there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They got to be like top 3. I mean, they really have no flaws. I mean, you could look at the corners and maybe say that the corners could be their biggest flaws, but they've been playing really well. These past couple of games, they're doing a great job. Playing tight in coverage, and that pass rush is coming home. I would like to see some more takeaways if I wanted to be nitpicking on certain things, maybe with interceptions and things like that. But they still get those. Obviously, in late game situations, Caleb Downs got the one to end the game. So they're getting that done. There's no real flaws in this defense. So they got to be top 3 in my personal perspective.
Okay. I've been giving them number 1.
I've been sitting here trying to think of, like, I know a lot of people are like, well, what about you guys? And I'm like, I think that just from a talent standpoint, I think they're actually more talented than we are. Yes, we had Joey Bosa, Darren Lee, Mike B. Like, we had those guys, but I think that when you look at theirs, like they got guys that just constantly make plays and can actually be game wreckers in every situation. So, and I don't think we have necessarily had as many game records as they have.
Yeah, I'm giving this team a big edge in the defensive backfield, but that's beside the point. Tyvis, I'm curious. So, there's a lot of talk about Notre Dame playing their man coverage versus zone, and how Ohio State and Will Howard and Jeremiah are salivating at that thought. If you were Notre Dame, would you really play that much man coverage against this Ohio State team?
Yeah, I think that the one thing that I got to say is that people kind of I think we went into it last year kind of underestimating how good of a man team they were, and then, they had a good game against Marvin Harrison. So I think what they're teaching up there from a defensive back standpoint, I think it's the right thing, and I think that's why these guys are confident to get that done. And when they say they're going to play man-to-man, like I'm not expecting them to go one high man-to-man, like cover one with one post-help safety. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm thinking more of a 2-man to where I'm telling my corners, listen, if you get beat deep, we got a safety back there. Don't worry about that. I need you to undercut slants, digs, all those type of routes. Play underneath everything. And if they hit you over the top, a safety should be there. So, it's man, but you got help type thing. And a corner, if you're playing corner on a guy like Jeremiah Smith, that kind of eases your mind. Like, all right, all I got to worry about is the short stuff, the underneath stuff. If he goes deep, I got a safety over there. That's a really good safety, by the way, that's going to make a play on the ball. So, when I look at things like that, I think, you could get away with playing man-to-man. And then you sprinkle some cover 2 in there to try to disguise coverage. So, Will Howard can't tell if you're in 2-man or if you're in cover 2, and maybe you can get him and bait him into making some mistakes.
Would your team have stopped Jeremiah Smith?
Yes, we would have.
Russian cover working together.
When you say stop, what do you mean? Because I don't think we would have necessarily stopped
3 yards.
I think Texas stopped him.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we would have did that, because that's not our style. What we would have done is we would have not let him win the game for them. I mean, we went up against a guy by the name of Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper had a decent game on paper, but he didn't win them the game. We did enough to make sure that he didn't win the game. I think the thing about our defense is that whatever your best thing was, we would take that person away. That person or that thing, we would take that out of the game and make you beat us another way. And oftentimes people didn't have answers to or a counter to what we were doing. So to answer your question about Jeremiah Smith, I don't think necessarily we would stop him. I think Texas did an unbelievable job, and they sacrificed a lot of bodies to do that. I think that skillfully we had more guys that could probably compete with him on a man-to-man standpoint. And like I say, we would have had some safety help over there. Whether he was in the slot, whether he was outside, we would have had 4 eyes on him the entire game.
I made sure Tim Hall did have a day off this week. I also did the same thing you do, Tyvis, just now. We appreciate you hopping on, and enjoy the game tomorrow, bud. We'll hear you on the Fan all week.
Sounds good. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
That was Tyvis Powell joining us there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. I love that I could say things to him and jab at him, then ask a question right away so he doesn't have time to respond. I've mastered that with Tyvis, where I could say something like about I think these defensive backs are a lot better than yours, by the way, and then go into something else, and Tyvis just laughs and then gives an intelligent answer on something else. We got that relationship now, which is perfect for me. And also the fact he's not in studio, so he can't hit me. Coming up next, we will get you caught up. Everything's happened. Everything will happen this weekend. We will play some Buckeye Sound next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Scotty Vegas here. My voice is still struggling from all the screaming and excitement at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook watch party from last Friday. The party's back on for Hollywood Casino on Monday night. Let's go for a championship and a watch party to remember forever. I have so many prizes to give out. It's ridiculous. Come early for the food, too. I know I will be. Be sure to make reservations at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See you Monday for a watch party.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PREP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text PREP to 42424. That's PREP to 42424.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth,
yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. We are on the eve of the national championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame. The Buckeyes go for their 9th national title and first since 2014, while the Fighting Irish look for their 12th title and first since 1988. Coverage tomorrow can be found right here on The Fan, starting with our pregame shows at 2 o'clock, leading into network coverage at 6 o'clock and kickoff at 7:30. In the NFL, 2 teams have punched their tickets to the conference championship games. The Commanders upset the Detroit Lions last night 45-31 to make their first NFC championship game in 33 years. And in the AFC, the Chiefs beat the Texans 23-14 to advance to their 7th straight AFC championship game. They await the winners of today's games between the Rams at the Eagles and the Ravens at the Bills. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito the Great, Michael Bennett to my right. Not Tito the Great, Michael Bennett to my right. It's Tito, comma, the Great Michael Bennett. I want to make sure we get this right.
What if it's Tito the Great and the Great Michael Bennett?
It could be
That's
that
two
too.
greats in one room?
That'd be a lie. It is Tito and the Great Michael Bennett to my right. Jacob Reimer back there running things. By the way, thank you to Tyvis Powell for joining us there on the Bryant Heating Cooling System fan guest hotline. Thank you to Meca Don, Tim Hall so far. I do want to tell you, the Buckeyes. Wait, I should probably do it this way. Here we go. I'll do it this way. You ready? Here we go. Let me find it here. Hang on. I got to find the breaking news thing. Anyway, here it is. Special radio right there, Jacob. The Ohio State Buckeyes are chasing the championship. Get ready, Buckeye Nation. You can join the Fan and 10 TV tomorrow for Championship Monday, featuring wall-to-wall coverage of Ohio State's journey to glory. Here's the lineup. Bobby Carpenter kicks things off live from Atlanta on Morning Juice starting at 6 a.m. He'll join us also at 2 o'clock today. Catch the Fan pregame show with Maddie, Tyvis, and Dane Sanzenbacher from 2 to 4 o'clock. Stick around for the Fan Tailgate Show hosted by Rothman, Big Cat, Andy Katzenmoyer, and Tim May from 4 to 6 p.m. Tim's down in Atlanta. In-depth Buckeye coverage all afternoon long on 10 TV with Dom Taberry and Adam King reporting live from Atlanta. At 7:30, the moment we've all been waiting for, Ohio State versus Notre Dame in the College Football Playoff National Championship on the Fan. The best Buckeye coverage presented by Logan Services, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Catch all the action on the Fan, 10 TV, and streaming on 10 TV Plus. Go Bucks. Now, go ahead. What do you want to say, Jacob?
Is that your favorite audio?
Yes, I play it a lot. I know I do. I play it more than anybody.
I think when I do shows with you, I hear it at least 2 times a show.
And the Tyvis thing, too. I always play a Tyvis thing. That's another one I play. I got a couple of favorites here. How about this one? The Mo Money one, yes. This one?
Did I say anything stupid today?
The Randy Moss one, I'll play that quite a bit.
And that was a disgraceful performance.
Little Jim Mora there on that one. I do this one.
And boom goes the dynamite.
All right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've gone too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
What Will Ferrell movie is that?
They think they got the answers. I changed the question.
That was old school.
Oh, it was old school?
Old school, yes. When they're in there after he tries to jump through the hoop in the mascot costume and he's burned to a crisp. There's that one. There's this one.
Take that for data.
I like that one as well. I got this one that Urban Meyer said to me.
That's a great question.
Thank you, Urban.
Stay in your lane.
Another good one. John Tortorella.
You guys were nuts.
Riccardotti.
Tito knows what he's doing. I'm a dope.
All these are good ones right there. All great ones.
All right. Want to get nuts? Come on.
Let's get nuts.
And then
just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Another lazy segment where I just play sound clips. All I'm going to do there, right?
Those Costanza ones are pretty good.
The Costanza ones are good, yeah. I had another one here too. What was it?
The Mike one sounds like AI.
We're living in a society. We're supposed to act in a civilized way.
Yes, the Mike one does sound AI, but it's not.
This is the show, and we're not going to change it.
And then,
all right, let's not get into panic mode.
There we go. I think this is my favorite one.
Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
That's a good one, too. All right. What the hell was I doing here before I started getting to that down that rabbit hole of sounds? So kind of a big deal Monday in Atlanta. I'm curious, and this is why I'm glad I'm hosting with you today, Michael. Defensively, what have you seen, or have you seen anything different from Ohio State since the Michigan game? Now, defense has been great. The offense has been all the focus about the changes there. Do you think the defense has or has needed to change anything since the Michigan game?
No, I think this defense has been who they are the entire season. I think, they struggled a little bit in that first Oregon game. I don't think that was the defensive scheme. I think you had a guy who had a tough game. I'm not going to say his name, but he had a tough game.
Sure.
And then I also think just in general, you saw the energy level between Oregon and Ohio State in that first matchup. It was different. You could feel the difference, and that plays a bigger role than I think a lot of people give it credit. I don't know if that was because they flew across the country. I don't know what that was.
Right.
But you could tell that Oregon was hyped up, ready to go, and Ohio State was like, they didn't roll their helmets out there, but they just couldn't match the energy.
So I was out there, and it was an incredible environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smaller stadium, but it's louder than I've heard Ohio Stadium a lot of the time. This stadium's on like 60,000. Yeah. Ohio State's at 100,000 plus. There was more noise and energy and excitement in that stadium.
They were hyped up.
They were. And look, I saw people. This is not an exaggeration. I saw young and old people, some of them weeping after the game. Yeah. Like, this is the biggest win we've ever had.
Yeah.
And how excited they were about that victory. It was certainly, this is not to say it wasn't important for Ohio State. I felt like from the time I got into that city to the end of the game, I felt like the game meant more to Oregon.
100%. You could see it watching the game. Oregon was playing with the intensity that we see Ohio State playing with now. Yeah. And so I think this defense has been stellar throughout the whole entire season. That's why everybody that comes on, I always ask them, where would you rank this defense? Because when I'm watching them, it has been a pleasure. I get on, Beam would have me on the post game, and I'd be railing against some Buckeye defense that I didn't think was up to the standards or whatever for the last 10 years.
Right.
This year has been absolutely incredible. I've got no notes for them. Even against Michigan, I thought they played an incredible game. It just didn't turn out in our favor. And we're seeing them play with intensity. Tyvis mentioned you can see them. They play with a love for their brother, which just means it's a trust. You feel more comfortable to do your job because you know that guy next to you, that guy behind you, they're going to do their job. Everybody's going to rush and cover. Everybody's got each other's backs. And that's what I think we've seen. Jim Knowles has this, I say it a million times, people don't like it, but the bend don't break defense, where like you give up yards, but you don't give up touchdowns. So I've loved this defense. I think that they have been consistent throughout the year, which is very difficult to do. I don't even want to say this, knock on wood, but they've stayed pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And that's huge late in the season. I think that's a testament to the coaching staff. That's a testament to the strength and conditioning staff to be able to keep this defense intact.
That's one of the things, by the way, like what Tyvis mentioned, the love of your teammates.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned it also, that I think is underrated maybe, especially at the college level. I'm sure it happens at the professional level as well. But at the college level, though, and it's something that all of us that never played major college sports, that, at least for me, I look at it and I'm envious of it because it's something where certainly you have locker rooms that can be fractured because of egos and finger pointing and all of that. But when you see like what your 14 team had, and when you see what the 02 team had, and you see what this team has, it is truly, it's a magical thing. I'm almost romantic about it. Like, my God, I wish I had that kind of feeling because I got to believe, Michael, when you bump into, we talked to Tyvis just now, and we talked to Mecca, but when you happen to have a chance encounter with somebody who you shared the locker room with, it's got to be a special kind of a bond that only the two of you can feel.
100%. And I think about it like this, like in high school, for guys that played high school football.
Sure.
That you're playing football with the guys that you grew up with in your neighborhood. You rode bikes together. You did all this stuff. You've known each other for 10 years. That's a love for your brother that, college level, NFL, you're probably not going to get. Then you get to the college level. At Ohio State, when I was there, we had a lot of Ohio guys. You had guys like, I'm playing with Braxton, who he was went to our rival high school. Like, we know you, familiar faces, familiar names. And then you're with each other for 4 years. And so you build those bonds. You bleed together, you cry together, you sweat together, all that stuff. In the NFL, it's more about the money. If you're lucky enough, you get on a team where everybody cares about each other, but it's very, very rare. So I agree with you that, that bond is so understated because it's so important. And you're seeing that when all these guys come back together. I think I read that article by Jack in the Player Tribune where he talks about, they got together and they had a conversation. A whole bunch of guys that could have gone to the NFL had a conversation that we want to come back and we want to win as much as we can together. That's so rare for people to put aside millions of dollars and opportunities to go and start their career to come back and for each other, specifically for each other.
Yeah.
So I think that is the secret ingredient to a winning team, but it's not something that you can just make up. It comes from adversity. It comes from guys working together, building trust. It comes from the coaching staff instilling that culture. And we're finally seeing it come to fruition with this team.
Yeah, it comes across the television screen.
Yeah.
You know it. You can feel all of that. You obviously hear the words and the sounds and things, the things that people say, but it's amazing. But so we'll talk a lot more about that too. By the way, NFL, Kansas City beats Houston 23-14. Washington over Detroit 45-31. Rams and Philly play at 3:00. Our coverage starts at 2:30 right here on the Fan. Ravens at the Bills, and I will do like I usually do, is going against the break. So you can't really tell me I'm wrong on this one. But I love seeing you football players play in the cold. It's going to be snow and wind and rain maybe in some places today. And I know there was the dome last night for Detroit, but Michael, I want you, I want Tyvis, I want Bobby, I want Jimmie, I want all you guys to veer to play in cold weather where it's miserable, where I'm under a blanket in my recliner and I'm comfortable.
I loved it too, because I think I told you this the last time we were on. I know that if I'm in pain, they're in pain.
Right.
So then it just becomes a mental battle.
Right.
So I always loved the cold too, because I knew, especially some of these Southern teams, I know you guys aren't used to this.
Oh, God, I bet you would have loved to play an SEC team in December in Columbus.
It would have been incredible. Play that Tennessee game.
Yes, get them up here.
Their fingers are hurting. Their toes are hurting.
Yep.
Every hit hurts. Yeah, I've been talking some trash.
All right, coming up next, we're joined by another former Buckeye to get his perspective on the game. Jimmie Bell joins us. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game. The Fan.
You want to know what the VIP stands for in the Ohio Lottery's new VIP Millions game? Very impressive payouts, because this $50 scratch-off has $51 million winners. Plus, with 5 bonus boxes and a chance to multiply your winnings by up to an astonishing 500 times, this game truly lives up to its VIP status. VIP Millions, your best chance ever to win $1 million in Ohio Lottery history. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Game day is almost here, Ohio State fans. Come to Dick's Sporting Goods to get your new Ohio State gear. And make sure you're ready for the big game. Shop our huge selection of Ohio State tees, hats, and hoodies for the whole family. In-store or shop online at Dicks.com. Every championship season starts at Dick's.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Now, look here. These teeth, they're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Get ready for the day with 10 TV News this morning.
Our 10 weather impact forecast is easy to understand and focus on when, where, and how the weather will impact you.
Time saver traffic, getting you to work on time.
Plus, the latest breaking news from overnight and what's trending right now.
We're always looking to keep you and your family safe, to save you money and keep you healthy.
This is morning news on your time. It's time for 10 TV News this morning. Live and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Rothman and Ice.
You can't keep wasting these years of Trey Hendrickson when he's one of the best pass rushers in the sport. Now he's 30. How many more of these seasons does he have?
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. In procrastination, it's the thief of time. Do you really want to head into the new year with the same old joint pain, the stuff that's been bothering you all the way through this last year and probably many prior years? Make the decision now to say no. I'm going to get it fixed, and I'm going to get moving again in 2025 with the help from my friends at QC Kinetics. See, they're the leaders in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. They're located right here in Columbus, Ohio, under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, the founder of Grant Sports Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. He's going to help you revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics, things like PRP, so you don't have to have surgery. There's no drugs. There's no downtime. It's the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of people already know about it, so don't wait any longer. Go give them a call at 380-208-4544 for your free consultation. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so they're conveniently located all through Central Ohio.
Feel the energy, Buckeye Nation. The Schottenstein Center is where champions rise, and you can be a part of the action. Whether it's electrifying plays, watching the Ohio State men's and women's basketball teams, or power plays on the ice with Ohio State hockey, it's fans like you cheering on the Buckeyes that make the game day atmosphere at the Schott unmatched. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Bring your squad, grab a suite, and make memories that last a lifetime. Get your tickets now at ohiostatebuckeyes.com. And while you're there, stock up on all your scarlet and gray gear at the team shop. Let's make every game day a home game. Go Bucks!
Scotty Vegas here. My voice is still struggling from all the screaming and excitement at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook watch party from last Friday. The party's back on for Hollywood Casino on Monday night. Let's go for a championship and a watch party to remember forever. I have so many prizes to give out. It's ridiculous. Come early for the food, too. I know I will be. Be sure to make reservations at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See you Monday for a watch party.
Fan weather
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow developing as we head throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. Temperatures staying steady in the mid-20s, up to an inch of accumulation, and some snow showers could be heavy at times. Snow tapers off overnight as temperatures dip to near zero. Wind chill values 10 to 20 below for Monday morning. But then Monday afternoon will be mostly sunny and cold. Highs near 10, but wind chill values stay below -10 throughout the day. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
Your morning just got beefier. Morning Juice with Beamer, Bobby, and Shark.
Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Michael Bennett, Jacob Reimer. Jacob, we're going to have this guy Jimmie Bell on here in just a second on the Bryant Heating Cooling System fan guest hotline. Played on the the 97 Rose Bowl team with Joe Germain and those guys that won. The reason I don't like having guys like Jimmie Bell on, let me tell you why. Before I come in today, my wife's like, who's on the show today? And I tell her, Michael Bennett's on the show. And I mentioned, Meca Don, who she knows. And then, like I mentioned, Jimmie Bell. And she said, Jimmie Bell, he's on the Rose Bowl team. And I said, yeah. She said, I was at that game. And like everybody, I was at that game. I was at that game. And I never got to go to these games, these bowl games. Daddy paid for her to go to the games when she was in college. And so she goes to all these bowl games. I say, hey, Eddie George getting interviewed by Bears. I was at that game. Whatever it is. It's all that stuff. I love Jimmie Bell, but I hate that part of Jimmie Bell. Jimmy, thanks for coming on the show, buddy. How are you today?
Fellas, what's up, Tito? Every time I get a text from you, I think about maybe having a shot on the rocks with some blueberry Red Bull. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
That's how I feel about you, buddy. I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. So, as you're watching this defense, Jimmy, and I know obviously your defense was damn good. You guys played on back then, but do you try to compare the two defenses? Like, do you look at it and say, like, when you watch them play, our defense would be better at this, or their defense is better at this, or things like that?
I used to. Big Mike, what's up, baby? I appreciate you, man. Great to meet you. I loved your game. I used to tell a lot of youth, I tell them, don't get caught up in this height weight thing, right? It's about how you play. Most dudes on the defensive line think you got to be 6'9", 7 foot, 350 pounds. No, you don't.
Nope.
They look like Mike. Listen, you got some freakazoids out there. You know that, Mike.
I do.
Really, they look like you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man.
Quick, super freaky, super strong, high energy. But I'm going to tell you, Tito, great question. When Coach Trustle first came in, I compared. When Urban came in, though, to me, it began to look a little bit different. Things shifted. the first couple years, I anticipated seeing this silver bullet, still seeing this defensive dominance, even like the fear that we used to give to other teams coming into our stadium. Well, when Irving came into this thing, people may not want to admit it because we had such tremendous athletes. The tide changed. It went from offense first to defense. So the things that we were used to seeing even in Mike's era, when it was literally defense responsible for holding it down, and then the offense coming like to clean it up. After like in the midst of Herb, I stopped comparing. And then when it came to Coach Knowles, I literally stopped comparing because even his philosophy of football, and I think he's still, and it's sad for me to say this, and I'm saying this as humbly and respectfully as I can, he's still maturing into the type of class that he has available to him from where he came from to now. I love the fact that he does make adjustments, and you can see that. I can see that he's humble enough to do the right thing instead of staying with stuff that's not working. But, bro, I stopped comparing a long time ago because at one time, I'm telling you, nobody came into our stadium thinking they were going to score 4 points.
Jimmie, I'm glad you said it. It's great to meet you, man, and to talk to you because, you know, when I was there, like, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's one of the things that frustrates me about my time at Ohio State. You know, we were able to win a lot, all that kind of stuff, but the silver bullets of the past, y'all set such a standard for us from such a long time that's what we were chasing my entire time in college. Our defense, it's all we talked about was be the silver bullets. Think about the guys that came before you flying around. And so it would make us sick to let up 20 points or something in a game. That's why I get so excited this season, because this feels like it's reminiscent of those, you know, silver bullets teams from a couple decades ago. Is that something that you feel like? I know you said you don't compare. Jim Knowles plays a different style, but I feel like I feel that energy. I feel that gravitas when people step against this defense, that they know that this is going to be a dogfight.
Okay, Mike, I love your energy, bro. Come on, bro. We come from the same cloth, bro. We're probably from the same tribe in South Carolina and Puerto Rico, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though. We're going to do a DNA test.
It's that D-line in us.
Energy. But I'm an honest dude, so I'm honest. I'm the honest analyst. I do media stuff, and I had to learn to taper my honesty. But no, I don't.
Okay.
It looks like that after Michigan, probably before Michigan. But think about this, though. In the beginning of the season, especially if you're in the defensive lineman, I couldn't tell you what they wanted the defensive lineman to do.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't getting any pressure.
No.
We weren't trying to make plays, and it just got so weird. Doug Worthington and I do a podcast, and you know Doug is super Buckeye too, but he's unapologetic. You know, can't do nothing wrong. But I'm like, at one point I said, listen. I don't care where the pressure comes from, as long as we get pressure. Because the way we're playing on the back end, we're suffering the dudes on the back end because we're not getting any pressure on the front end. That was the first 4 to 5 games of the season. And if you go back and watch that film, I promise you'll be like, damn, that's crazy. That's what was happening. But that's what I do like about Coach Knowles is that he does make adjustments. And something happened. There probably was some conversation. I'm sure there was some Gatorade and some of the sales crust and splattered all over the walls. And they let the dudes loose. They let them loose. And once they let them loose, they start getting pressure up front. And it's crazy how the freedom in which you guys played with and the freedom in which we played with, that's what you've seen in the playoffs. So I agree with you in the playoffs. It looks that dominating. I can't give them credit for that the whole year. That is not what we saw the whole year.
Jacob, by the way, Radio 101 here, by the way, just so it's lazy radio for me, but I just get a couple of defensive linemen talking, and I can just sit out the segment, which I love. It's perfect for me. Jimmie, I'm looking on.
But it's about time, though, man. Y'all be thinking these offensive linemen are smarter than us, man. But you know what, though, Tito? You're one of the smartest crayons in the book, so you would only put this together. But anyway, go ahead.
I was going to say, look, I remember you in high school at Ursuline, okay? And you were a damn man. But I looked online, and I see that according to this Buckeye Rosters website, you weighed 230 in 1992, And 270.
And that was a damn lie.
And 270, 19. I saw a 40-pound weight gain. I know it's muscle. I get that. But
no, it is a damn lie.
Okay.
I came out of high school, Mike Bennett. I can't lie to you, bro. This is crazy. I always laugh about it. I was one of the top defensive linemen in the country. I came out at 195.
Oh, my God. That's even worse.
Me, Corey Stringer, LaShawn Daniels, Corey, Ron Porter, those dudes, we all came in together. I was 195, bro. I didn't gain weight till after my freshman year, and
I think that's good. Crazy. That's good though. I had a buddy, Efadio Denibo, who played for Centerville. He was a sprinter.
Right.
He ended up playing DN at Northwestern, but he was a sprinter in high school. He was 195. They put 70 pounds on that man in college. That's just that's part of the job.
So what were you when you left Ohio State? How heavy were you then?
So I went to the league at 265.
Okay, that's a wow.
And to put it in perspective, I came in as a defensive end, but I went through some stuff, regained my whatever, got a second chance. That's a whole nother motivational speech I get everybody. At Ohio State, you generally don't get second chances. Hallelujah, Lord Jesus, baby Jesus gave me one, and that's why I serve him to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I played nose guard in 3 technique
at 265.
Hey, bro, check this out. Michael B., my 265 was my heaviest. I'm going to tell you this story. I tried to always gain weight because I just couldn't do it. I was like a little basketball player inside. We played Missouri. I got up to 270. I used to wear a little fake, that little shield to be sexy. Bro, we chasing around this dude, Corby Jones. And, Tito, you probably heard of this.
Yes, I have.
He was a big-time college running, bro. I thought my heart was going to explode. I said, F this 5 pounds, this 7 pounds. I'm going to just play at my weight and be quick, use my leverage, and do what I have to do. The weight schmate, I'm good. So, yeah, I went to the Giants and played and finished up. I got injured, but I was maybe 265 at the most.
All right.
Yeah, that's my story is my playing weight was 285. I was, at 285, I was dangerous. I was quick, violent hands, all that kind of stuff. Got to the league, and I was like, oh, these guys are giants. I got to be 305. Ooh, no, my body was rebelling. Couldn't do it.
It's a misconception. Mm-hmm. If you can do it, you take a Rodney Bailey, who reminds me of you, but he was a lot smaller. He went to Pittsburgh. They ran a 3.4. Hey man, they blew Rodney up to like 340.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he can play that 3-4-3 technique. You know what I'm saying? He's now just getting his health back. Look at Tito. He all getting his insider.
I love it. No, it's great.
We supposed to be talking about Notre Dame, but Ohio State, bro. My bad. I do that to people. I do that. I know I do. My bad.
Jimmie, you're all good, buddy. That's why I had you on, man. I wanted you and Bennett to chop it up about defensive linemen and being heavier. And by the way, just Michael, so you know, Brandon Beam is a lot less dangerous at 305 than he's at 285. Just saying.
Yeah, now he's explosive.
He's explosive now. Jimmie, man, we appreciate the time. We'll do it again real soon, bud. Enjoy the game on Monday.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys, and go Bucks. And don't forget, on this channel, Tito, on this, I think it was Sunday, I told everybody weeks ago that we would be here and we would finish the deal.
You did do that, Jimmie. It was a couple weeks ago. Yes, you called it. Yep, you did it. All right, man. You're the man. Absolutely. We'll talk soon.
We appreciate you guys.
All right, Bucks. See you, bud. I love Jimmie Bell. He's the best. He really is.
That was a rare opportunity for me to talk to another D lineman.
That's what I do here. Listen, I am Quincy. We are the world. I'm Quincy Jones. I bring people together and do this. That's what I did right there. It turns out you guys might be related from what he was saying. We may have a DNA test. That could be a whole other live show we do, a live podcast or something. We will find out if Michael Bennett and Jimmie Bell are in fact somehow, again, I'm using Jimmie Bell's words, somehow from the same tribe. Not my words, Jimmie Bell's words, okay? But thank you to Jimmie for joining us there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next in 2 minutes, in this new college football world, not everything is going to run smoothly. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
You imagine it so often, it's almost real. That one dream vacation you know someday you'll take. Then, out of the blue, cancer. And that dream goes off exactly as planned. I would know, kiddo. I'm in the big city with my 2 best girls. Our 4th big trip since I heard the words cancer-free from my doctor at Ohio Health. All right, girls, let's get another ice cream. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans. Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
The only show where sports talk is eclipsed by food talk. Oh, nuts. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Michael Bennett, Jacob Reimer. Till 2:30 before we have the Philly game against the Rams. Love having Jimmie Bell on. It's great to hear a couple of defensive linemen chop it up as well and talk about techniques and weight.
If you let it go on any longer, we would have been yelling and pounding our chests and stuff.
Honestly, if we didn't have to do breaks, I would have just sat back and let you guys go till 2:30. I would have loved it. And by the way, the next time I work with you, I promise you, we're gonna have. I don't care what time of the season. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if we're talking Wimbledon. I'm gonna have you and him on together, no matter what the big sporting event is. Just because I know that somehow it'll get off topic a little bit, and it'll be great radio.
Got to bring that D-tackle fire.
Got to do it. Got to do it. So, getting to the new college football world, Jaden Rashada was the quarterback who originally committed to Miami with a $9.5 million. He was a five-star quarterback. $9.5 million reportedly NIL deal to go play for Miami. He's from Florida originally, from the state of Florida. But then he decided to leave Miami before going there because he was promised more than $13 million from Florida.
I remember the story, yeah.
Okay. So then there were some stipulations in it. The Florida side of it was there were things he was supposed to do, like as far as living in Gainesville when the first payment came out or something to that effect, where Florida was alleging he did not fulfill his obligations. He was alleging Florida did not come through with what they said they would. And so he got out of his letter of intent, never got the $13 million, never got the $9.5 million of Miami. And he got released from his NIL just right before he was supposed to enroll at Florida for the spring semester. So the financial agreement in Gainesville, it just came apart, so it didn't work. So then he had to go somewhere else. So now hasn't even played it down to college, hasn't even been in college really yet. And he has going to his third school went to Arizona State and played briefly with Arizona State. He threw for 485 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks in 3 games back in 2023. Then he goes to the transfer portal again. Now he goes to Georgia. He files a lawsuit against Florida, but goes to Georgia. Kirby Smart embraced it and said, yes, he thought he had a good lawsuit anyway. After this season now, he's transferring again.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to his 5th school, essentially, and there's not a lot of options out there for him. UCLA, I guess, was looking at him, but now they might not. Bill Belichick might be looking at him, but otherwise he may have to wait until spring to find a new school. So that's where one of these things where, like, the NIL stuff goes poorly. For whatever reason, I'm not saying I'm not placing blame on Rashada or Florida or Miami or Arizona State. I'm not placing blame. I'm just saying, obviously, something went wrong there. Well, now we have a similar situation, Michael, in Wisconsin. And Xavier Lucas, a cornerback from the Miami, Florida area, he went to Wisconsin as I think it was a 5-star guy, maybe a 4-star guy. Anyway, defensive back. Xavier Lucas goes to Wisconsin, plays this year there. Then he wants to transfer. After the season, said he wants to transfer. Wisconsin, I guess the school has to put your name in the portal for you. He requested being put in the portal by Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin denied it and said no.
Are they allowed?
Here's where it gets tricky. So he said, he asked Wisconsin to, they wouldn't do it. He withdrew from school and is now enrolled down at Miami. So you can do that to bypass the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin's alleging, though, that he signed a 2-year NIL deal that keeps him in Madison. And so they're saying the reason we're not going to let you do it is because you signed a binding 2-year NIL agreement on December 2nd. And after that is when he said he wanted to transfer. So he entered the portal after he signed this. The portal closed for Wisconsin players on December 28th after their bowl game and all that. So it closed there. On December 27th, he said, I still intend to transfer, but at the moment, Wisconsin is refusing to release me into the transfer portal. I've met all NCAA requirements of the transfer portal process. I've yet to be put in the transfer portal by Wisconsin, which is impeding my ability to speak with other schools. On January 7th, his family hired a lawyer to represent him against Wisconsin. So he's got a lawyer now. Wisconsin saying, we're going to fight this. And they're accusing Miami of tampering because until you're in the portal, schools can't talk to you.
Yeah.
So he's saying, you wouldn't let me get in the portal, so I transferred to Miami. And Wisconsin saying, whoa, why would you transfer to Miami unless somebody talked to you about it when they weren't supposed to because you weren't in the portal because of our agreement? It's going to get ugly.
It is. And the first situation with the guy who's trying to get as much money as he can, that's,
sure.
That's just a risk of, like I said, trying to get as much money as you can in a situation where you really need to be picking the school for reasons other than just who's paying you the most. Because that's when he's transferred 5 times. That's a crazy situation to be in. He's putting his education in jeopardy. He's putting his career in jeopardy, all because he's looking for more money. And, I mean, he did get screwed over by Florida, but that's the risk that you get when you're just looking for the biggest bag.
Right.
But this situation, this is a good It's a good
you gotta love this as a lawyer.
I was about to say it's a good introduction for these 18-year-olds of what it means to sign a contract. A lot of guys think, okay, let me just sign this contract, I'm gonna get some money. I'm not really feeling it, let me go somewhere else. No, you have obligations. You've signed a contract, you've got legal obligations to whoever you sign that contract with. It's not as easy to just walk away and do something else.
I just thought about this. It dawned on me to have the conversation. I put it on the show sheet without thinking about where this could go, and now I'm glad that, I'm glad I'm here with you today. Is that something, I got to believe you as a former player, and although NIL wasn't around when you were there, but you're someone who knows the college game and knows what it's like to be a high school kid being recruited by colleges and knows what it's like to go from college, have a career and go to the NFL, and then have to have a life after the NFL. You know all of those things. You've lived it all. Is that something that would interest you as being would you reach out or would you encourage people who are going through something like this? I'm not saying defend one way or the other, but would you want to be an advisor or a legal advisor for some of these kids that are going through this?
I would love to. I think one of the best things about, getting my law degree and having this symmetry is that I could help guys in the collegiate, at the collegiate level.
Sure.
Just understand what they're getting into, navigate this stuff. Even in high school, talk to some high school kids about what they can expect from NIL, how can they structure their contracts.
Sure.
I'll tell you though, I don't know how to get into that world. But just to be a resource for them, I think it's so important. I was thinking about it when the NIL started popping off and what that means for a 17-year-old because when I was in college, you got to think about what your scholarship means and where you're going to go if you want to go to the NFL and all that kind of stuff. But to already be having contract negotiations, you're a business now.
Yeah.
We kind of had that buffer of college before the NFL where it became a business. But they don't have that buffer anymore. College is the business. You're getting paid for your services.
Professional football.
It's professional football. So, I would love to be, like you said, an advisor or just a resource just to talk to these guys about what does it mean? What can they look for? How do you best position yourself? And then, what does it mean to be a true professional? Because I had Coach Vrabel, who was an incredible mentor when it came to understanding what does it mean to be a pro.
Sure.
And, transitioning from high school to being that guy who handles his business, isn't complaining all the time, isn't trying to go to all these parties. I'm hearing that, somebody's in these players' ears now because it seems like the Ohio State guys are pretty low key. But yeah, I'd love to do that.
God, I think you'd be great at that. That's a great. You would have a different perspective. Look, when I was 17 years old, I was just trying to, learn how to dissect a frog or whatever. I was not doing. I can't even imagine guys having to look at, this school's offered me this. What does this mean? Is it really a 2-year? Is it a 1-year deal? Is it a 4-year deal? What are my commitments? What if I want to transfer? What if my major wants to change to something else? Like all those things.
What are my goals after? How do I balance what I'm going to make in the NFL versus the risks I'm taking in college? It's just there's so many factors, and some guys are blessed to have people in their corner who can coach them through that, and but most guys aren't. So yeah, I'll tap in with people at the Woody and see if I can be of service in some way.
Sure.
But I even might go back to my high school and ask them, like, if you guys have people, guys, even women who are in other sports who are navigating this NIL thing, who just need somebody to talk to about it and try to get an idea of how to prepare.
A realistic idea of what they can expect.
Yeah.
Don't come in and say, hey, Mike, I think I can make $3 million. No, listen, I'll tell you what you can make.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you can expect. This is what your obligations will probably be as far as social media goes and appearances and signing things and whatnot. Yeah, I would think you could be, God, you'd be an incredible resource for that. All right.
I appreciate it, Tito.
Oh, God. You see what we're doing here, Jacob? We're making change. That's what we're doing.
Let's make a couple calls.
Yes, that's all we're going to do here. Coming up next, we're going to play some sound. I promise you now, this next segment, we're going to play sound from Ohio State this week, getting into the national championship game. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan. Get ECO.
Hey, Aaron, I invented 5 new ways to say, we come through for you when you need us to.
Do we need more ways to say it?
Get ECO.
When your toilet won't flush, we come in a rush.
Get ECO.
Want a ceiling fan install? We come when you call.
Get ECO.
When the temperature is unpleasant, we fly like a pheasant.
You were kind of reaching for that one.
But I didn't reach as far as Puerto Rico.
Get ECO.
We're standing by and ready to fly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Get ECO.
When you're in a sweat, we come in a jet.
Reaching again.
Get ECO.
When your drain has a clog?
We'll sled with a dog.
No.
We'll surf on a log.
No.
We'll run, not jog.
Get ECO.
We do it right at the speed of light.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. We come through for you when you need us to.
GetEco.com.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PREP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text PREP to 42424. That's PREP to 42424.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Tito and Tafir are so dedicated to their craft, they slept in the studios last night. Or they were too hungover. Whatever. It's Fan Sports Sunday.
Indeed it is. Tito, Michael Bennett, Jacob Reimer. By the way, I said at the beginning of the show there, Michael, that Jacob Reimer is a hoops nut. In one of the breaks, he gave me a hot take on hoops.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to give Jacob Reimer right now a chance to tell the world, yes, the world, what his hot take is on basketball for this week.
Ohio State's going to go into Mackey Arena on Tuesday and come out with a win.
That's what I'm trying to hear.
Against 17th ranked Purdue.
Yes.
In January, right? Calendar's still January?
Yep.
All right. We know Ohio State.
Why is that a hot take?
Because Ohio State on the road against a 17th ranked team. I think that's a hot take.
And Purdue hasn't allowed more than 70 since December 21st.
Purdue's a damn good team. Ohio State has lost some close games lately, and they're going on the road.
Jay, what gives you the confidence?
Because recently in these games that we've lost, you've seen Ohio State struggle on the inside with bigs, like Umar Ballo going for 21 and 15. Biddle had a big game for Oregon. They struggled against Michigan State's bigs. Purdue doesn't have a big like Zach Edey of the past few years to where, I mean, I think Trey Coffin-Wren's like 6'8", where Bradshaw and Stewart will be able, they have the length on him. He's still pretty good. He's averaging, I think, close to 17 a game and I think like 6 boards or something like that. So they can definitely match up on the inside better. And Purdue is coming off a trip for making it out west. So
okay, you think they're going to be a little jet lagged?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
quick turnaround on Tuesday night, and then hopefully off a national championship, everything's going to be turning Ohio State's way.
Are you putting money on it? Are you believing it that much?
He's not putting. There's no way he's putting money on it. I promise you, he's not putting. He'll take Ohio State in the points.
Listeners astray?
No, he'll take Ohio State in the points.
Yeah.
You will not take Ohio State money line.
Probably on the points.
Okay, there we go. That's what you do. I got you. I respect that. I respect that. By the way, Chip Kelly. I'm going to do it now. I've been teasing it for, I don't know, 7 days. But Chip Kelly talked about Notre Dame and why they can play man coverage. Here is Chip Kelly earlier this week.
You look at how much man they play, and the reason they do it is because they can.
and no one's really exploited that with them. So I think they all can cover, so it's not like, well, just stay away from him and throw against this guy. I think all of them are really, really skilled. And I think how coordinated it is with the whole group, that they all have an understanding of where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, and they do a really good job with it. So I know they did lose a corner early in the season, but they've seemed to just continue to roll on defense, and the statistics will show you that.
Will Howard has done better against man coverage than zone coverage this year. Mm-hmm. And Jeremiah Smith came out and said, I hope, and I'm paraphrasing, I hope they play man coverage. I'll have a huge game. Can't wait, kind of thing is what he said.
I think you added a little bit there.
I did say, didn't he say it? Am I wrong? Or Jacob, didn't he say oh, God, you got a mouthful of food. What are you eating over there? What are you eating?
He's been
I'm going to come to you.
Chipotle.
I talk to you more than any other host talks to the producer.
Go ahead.
I am munching on Chipotle over here. I think he did say something very similar to that.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. Some bulletin board material.
Well, I don't. Jeremiah Smith can say bulletin board material.
He's earned it.
He can say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You can do that. You can absolutely. He can say that. But do you think Notre Dame plays more man coverage than anybody in the country? They played. I saw 67% of the time. I believe it was there in man coverage. Do you think they will play that much man coverage this on tomorrow night?
Yeah, the last thing you want to do once you make it to the national championship is change your whole defensive scheme. They're gonna play man coverage, and if Jeremiah Smith can beat them, then that's what's going to happen. But I think it would be insane for them to go away from what got them to the national championship. And what we saw the last game, that it is possible to hold Jeremiah Smith to 3 yards or whatever. I didn't think that was possible. I thought this kid was infallible, unbeatable, unstoppable, all that kind of stuff. Put 11 guys on him, he's going to get through. And Texas did a good job, and we still showed that we can win even if he's not having a crazy game, but I don't think Notre Dame's going away from it.
There was one of the more famous college basketball games was NC State with Jim Valvano beating Houston Phi Slamma Jamma back in 1983 when they had Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler on that team, and everyone thought that Houston would run and gun, dunk the ball, and destroy NC State. NC State's head coach, the late Jim Valvano, said at the time, he told his team before the game, all week long he said, we're going to hold the ball. There's no shot clock. He said, we're going to hold the ball. We might not take a shot until Tuesday. We're going to hold the ball the entire game and not let them run. Before the game, he tells the team, look, that was all BS. We are going to go out there and we're going to run with them. We're going to score with them. We're going to do all these things. And we are not going to slow down the game, which was completely different from their strategy coming in. Mm-hmm. They go in there, though. They fall behind 12-0 right away, and they call timeout. Valvano says, God, I knew I was stupid for doing that. Why did I do that? Go back to what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
And so, but if Notre Dame starts getting beat, though, by Jeremiah Smith, if Will Howard's picking them apart and Ohio State jumps out to a big lead or like a double-digit lead early, don't they have to adjust?
I think Tyvis hit it on the head when he was mentioning how they'll be in man, but they're going to have those safeties helping out. I'm sure they're going to drop DNs from time to time to help for the crossers, all that kind of stuff. So they've been scheming, they've been game planning, and they know Jeremiah Smith is a threat. They know Will Howard's a threat between that 5 and 25 yard distance. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to go out there and be like, this is what we're doing until we die. But I don't think they're getting away from man coverage. I also think that they're a good defense, so I don't really see us jumping out to the early lead like we had against Oregon or Tennessee. I do think it is going to be a bit of a grudge match. That's what I think is most exciting about this game is we've got two really good defenses going at it. So I don't think Notre Dame's going to get outside themselves.
We got the Jeremiah Smith quote here because Jacob put his Chipotle down to get it for us. What do you got for us?
It says, if you're going to play man-to-man against Ohio State, be ready. I can't wait to put on a show.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Paraphrase by you then.
All right. I did that. Thank you. Go back to your Chipotle. But by the way, the starting freshman left tackle for Notre Dame, Anthony Knapp, is not playing. He got hurt in the Penn State game, high ankle sprain, and he is not going to be playing tomorrow. They have a redshirt freshman starting at left tackle. He started one game. Charles, God, I didn't want to say his name, so I'm afraid to get it wrong. Jaguza is expected to start at left tackle. I'm not sure if I got that right or not, but I don't care if you're Charles Jaguza's family. I don't really care. By the way, you know what? Let me tell you about some Notre Dame, okay? I'll get this here. I believe, even now, that God doesn't like Lou Holtz.
Oh, my God.
Lou Holtz wants to play the whole we are Notre Dame, we are Catholic, God wants us to. I'm telling you right now, I think God is annoyed by Lou Holtz.
You know what? I can't get behind that. Lou Holtz is what, like 93 or something?
Whatever he is. He's on borrowed time. But I'm just saying, I believe this is just for you, by the way. Rhyme time. God does not like Lou Holtz.
Breaking news.
There we go. I said it. I don't think God is a Lou Holtz fan.
So you don't think he's going to let Notre Dame come away with the win?
If Notre Dame wins, it won't be because of Lou Holtz and God. It'll be God, but not because of Lou Holtz. He'll want Notre Dame to win.
It'll be Marcus Freeman.
That's fine. I'll take that. I will take that. I'll accept that more than anything else. Lou Holtz has said yes. That by the way, Lou Holtz a jerk for saying the thing he said about hey, I can't do it like Tim does it, so I'm not even going to try to do a Lou Holtz imitation. But he basically said that if Notre Dame loses, it's because they want to save Ryan Day's job. That kind of stuff is what
Lou
rubs
Holtz
me the
is
wrong
still
way.
talking trash.
He's still talking trash.
Still talking trash.
Yes. So yes.
I thought he would have learned his lesson.
You would have thought. I would have thought that too. But yes.
You got to get that sound clip from SpongeBob. How many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man?
Oh, that's right. That's a good one.
That's a missed opportunity right there.
You got Jacob on that one. Hey, all I've got is that fake breaking news one there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. It's only I feel like once a month. I can't have all this stuff there. But yeah, so that's what Lou Holtz said. And yes, I think that Ohio State, we played that sound now. I did finally pay off on that tease. Coming up next, though, another former Buckeye champion, another one we claim as our own, the original Langster. Bobby Carpenter joins us next from Atlanta. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, I invented 5 new ways to say we come through for you when you need us to.
Do we need more ways to say it?
Get Eco.
ECO. When your toilet won't flush, we come in a rush.
Get Eco.
ECO. Want a ceiling fan install? We come when you call.
Get Eco.
ECO. When the temperature is unpleasant, we fly like a pheasant.
You were kind of reaching for that one.
But I didn't reach as far as Puerto Rico.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We're standing by and ready to fly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Get Eco.
ECO. When you're in a sweat, we come in a jet.
Reaching again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When your drain has a clog?
We'll sled with a dog.
No.
We'll surf on a log.
No.
We'll run, not jog.
Get Eco.
ECO. We do it right at the speed of light.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. We come through for you when you need us to.
GetEco.com.
It's really been amazing, the amount of people that I've had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics, and whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder.
He's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter.
My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you.
Has really helped me in just my general quality of life.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Game day is almost here, Ohio State fans. Come to Dick's Sporting Goods to get your new Ohio State gear. And make sure you're ready for the big game. Shop our huge selection of Ohio State tees, hats, and hoodies for the whole family. In-store or shop online at Dicks.com. Every championship season starts at Dick's.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $80 on select sets of 4 Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends January 18th. See store for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. It's the eve of the College Football National Championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame. The Buckeyes go for their 9th national title and first since 2014, while the Fighting Irish look for their 12th title and first since 1988. Coverage tomorrow can be found right here on The Fan, starting with our pregame shows at 2 o'clock, leading into network coverage at 6 o'clock, and kickoff shortly after 7:30. In the NFL, 2 teams have punched their tickets to the conference championship games. The other 2 will punch theirs today. Here at 3 o'clock, the Rams are in Philadelphia taking on the Eagles. The winner will host the Commanders in the NFC Championship. And then later tonight on the AFC side, the Bills host the Ravens. Kickoff from Buffalo is at 6:30. The winner will head to Kansas City for a matchup with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Coffee? These guys don't need coffee. They're jacked on life and Buckeye football. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Michael, I just want to tell you, Michael Bennett to my right, the great Michael Bennett to my right. I'm Tito. That was Jacob Reimer. You're there on the Sports Center update. Jacob lied in that update. He talked about Fan pregame show starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Fan pregame has been going on ever since Ohio State beat Texas at this station. It's been all fan pregame stuff.
Come on, Jacob.
That's not, he said it because he was told to say it. But I'm just saying that, like, that was what the script says. I get it. But it's been going on. We both know it, Michael. And it's all we've talked about. A little bit of NFL. Oh, the Jackets, that's great. I love what the Jackets are doing. A little bit of basketball, okay. But it's really been Ohio State football. The Buckeyes chasing the championship. Get ready, Buckeye Nation. Join the Fan and 10 TV tomorrow for Championship Monday, featuring wall-to-wall coverage of Ohio State's journey to glory. Here's the lineup. Bobby Carpenter, who we're going to talk to here shortly. He'll kick things off live from Atlanta on Morning Juice starting at 6 a.m. with your boy, Brandon Beam. The slimming Brandon Beam.
Oh, yeah, he's shedding weight like crazy.
Yeah, he's shedding some weight there. That's what he's doing. Yes, good for him. With Awaken 180. Catch the Fan pregame show then. Well, there'll be still other Fan pregame stuff. Don't get me wrong. But Maddie, Tyvis, and Dane, officially Dane Sanzenbacher from 2 to 4 o'clock. The Fan pregame show, Fan tailgate show, hosted by Rothman, Big Cat, Andy Katzenmoyer, and Tim May from 4 to 6 p.m. In-depth Buckeye coverage all afternoon long on 10 TV with Dom Taberry and Adam King reporting live from Atlanta. Also, we have at 7:30 then the moment we all been waiting for. Ohio State taking on Notre Dame in the CFP National Championship on the Fan. The best Buckeye coverage presented by Logan Services, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Catch all the action on the Fan 10 TV and also streaming on 10 TV Plus. Go Bucks. And now we are joined on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Another guy who's up there at that autograph session yesterday and now down in Atlanta getting ready for the game. He'll be on Morning Juice tomorrow. Our own Bobby Carpenter joins us. Bobby, I asked Tyvis this question. I don't know if you have the same kind of answer or not. What's the strangest thing anyone's ever asked you to sign?
Oh, I mean, I've definitely signed some undergarments before. Yeah, that was a little bit awkward, to say the least. But, yeah, I would say probably undergarments. You know, like you get, like, sign my shoulder, sign my arm, you know. But then people have some personal effects occasionally, too. But I would say definitely the undergarment while they were wearing them was unique.
That's a good opportunity right there. Bob, can you talk to us about... Can you talk to us about what the energy is like out there in Atlanta right now? Are you seeing Buckeye fans everywhere? What are you feeling?
So it was interesting. I flew out of Cleveland yesterday, and we got delayed, sat on the tarmac for a while, which was lovely. Almost just my connection in Chicago. But Chicago, obviously, a big staple of the Buckeyes, but also Notre Dame fans. So sat beside a lady who was a Notre Dame alum coming down, who's about my age. I talked to her for a while, but there are a ton of Notre Dame fans. Saw a bunch of Ohio State folks out there on the street today, walking around as I was walking between hotels. But there's a lot of fans here. You can definitely tell it's the national championship game. Like, I went out to L.A. You couldn't even tell, Mike, that there was a game going on. Whereas in this situation, I mean, it is a buzz. People are excited. A little gloomy, a little cold for Atlanta right now. I mean, I'm wearing a coat. It's probably in the mid-40s. But it's you can definitely, Buckeye Nation is showing up big.
Bobby, I mean, no disrespect to your position group at Ohio State over the 10. I'm not saying just your time, but like linebackers in general. It feels to me, though, Bobby, like in the last couple of years, there's been a resurgence with the productivity from the linebacker position versus maybe the previous 3 or 4 years. Have you seen that, or am I not seeing that correctly?
I think you got to see Tommy and Steele start to elevate everything last year, and it was tough for some of those guys. Linebacker's a position where you got to get reps. You got to be able to see it, and it happens quick. And, Tommy and Steele still went through a position change, but obviously they're going through COVID and not getting, maybe a lot of reps early on. So that kind of hampered their production, I think, and their development. And then Cody Simon's sitting behind those guys. And then Spots playing a lot last year, filling in for both of them when they were hurt. And you see what happens when you get a lot of reps in practice and you utilize that time. And every rep is a real rep, whether it's mental, whether it's you're getting out there in practice, whether it's a walkthrough. And Cody Simon took advantage of that. And now you're seeing a guy who's playing fast. He's very instinctual. He's incredibly smart, doing a great job. And then beside him, you have Sonny Styles, who, I had to listen to some nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about on there, but some guy tagged me and you, some coming up, I guess, about Sonny Styles, not exploding onto the scene. I'm like, the guy's playing really good football. I think he's top 3 in tackles on the team. He had a strip sack last game. He's gotten better and better each and every week. He can play all 3 linebacker positions. It's his first year ever playing that position. So there was going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but he's playing some pretty good football right now. Not that he's not going to make mistakes, but as James Laurinaitis said, he's a great guy to coach because he rarely makes the same mistake twice.
Bob, we've seen this defense really come into its own, and we know the offense has a whole bunch of weapons. What are going to be the keys for Ohio State to come away with a win tomorrow?
No turnovers, first and foremost.
Okay.
I mean, you look at Notre Dame, how they were able to beat Georgia. You get the strip sack, boom, touchdown. And then they've got to be good on special teams. Notre Dame, that's their other big thing where they're able to flip field position, make big plays, And I think the last thing, we can talk about, the wide receivers and everything else. But defensively, they've got to keep Notre Dame in 3rd and 6 or 7 plus. Notre Dame is the worst in 3rd and long in college football, but they're one of the best in 3rd and short. And Riley Leonard has a nose to find the first down. Does a great job. He has more first downs than any other player in the college football playoff with his legs. It's not even close. He's been fantastic with his ability to be able to move the stick. So you don't want to get in a situation where Notre Dame's able to ball control this thing, burn clock, and to keep that thing rolling. So you've got to, I think they'll blitz on first down. I think they'll try to keep him 2nd, 3rd, and long. If you do that, then I don't know what the option really is for this Notre Dame team because they're not somebody that likes to push the ball down the field a ton.
Bobby Carpenter joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, member of the Ohio State 2002 National Championship team, and also here on the Fan with the Morning Juice and does everything else. I heard you speak very eloquently on one of ESPN's national programs about the way Ohio State players feel, the current players feel about Ryan Day. And I found that very insightful when you talked about, because obviously a lot of outside noise after the loss to Michigan with people wanting to fire Ryan Day with the pitchforks and everything, doing all those things. But you spoke about how these guys believe and love Ryan Day, and I thought that was very well put by you.
Well, if you want to tell me about any man or more than any leader in a leadership position, all you need to do is watch their interactions and watch how their quote subordinates or their players or their team, whatever it is, watch how they interact, watch how they treat the leader, watch how they communicate with them. And when things don't go right, watch how they galvanize around them. And that is what you saw. And I honestly think you could see it in the Players Tribune article with Jack Sawyer and, you've seen Brandon and all these guys after every game. This is the best bleeping coach in America. And there is it was almost like a rallying cry because let's not forget, this guy recruited those guys, brought them in, he's developed them. There's a high GSF. They care about him, and they love the guy. And they don't like it when everybody's beating up on him. Because especially when it's unwarranted. And, yeah, you got to beat Michigan. That's true. But Ryan Day has the 2nd best winning percentage in the history of college football, behind Newt Rockman. I mean, it is ridiculous on what he's been able to do. And he's got to win the last game. Everybody gets that. No one's absolving that. And to say that he's a bad coach and should be fired, it's just character. It's just not true. And the guys understand that because they're the ones that are with him. And he is real with them. He is raw with them. When you are like that with your players, they will respect you, especially when you have the aptitude and the investment that Ryan Day has with that team.
Does he give you the Tressel vibe?
Ryan, you know what? I told somebody, I go, he's a little urban, he's a little Tress. Like he middles it, but he cares about his players a lot as people. And you can see that when they, like, I'm going to be honest, I never hugged Jim Tressel during a football game in 4 years. I love Tress, but the Ryan is raw and there's a passion, emotion. Like, you can only be what you are as a person and then try to be the best version of yourself when you're leading and when you're coaching. And Ryan does care a lot. He cares a lot about these guys. He's a young guy. He's a passionate guy. And so those players connected. They feel with it. And I think there is a lot of Tress. And Tress, I think, being done now with his employment part of life and being in whatever you want to call his retirement phases, where he just is a full-time mentor, I think his connection with Ryan and talking with him, I think has helped Ryan a little bit, and just even having an outlet to communicate with, because very few people have sat in that chair in that office and know what that position is like, and all of the good and all of the bad.
Bob, I've been to a couple, Super Bowls and been a part of those festivities. I'm sure you have too. What kind of festivities do they have for you guys over these next couple days? You going to a bunch of watch parties? What's going on?
Well, we got the NFL playoffs. So right now, actually, though, we got that tonight. I'm gonna go to dinner here later this evening with some friends of mine that are Buckeyes from New York. But right now, I just walked in to the Ritz. That's why it sounds probably like I'm in a bathroom with a full tile mausoleum.
It sounds very pretentious, is what it sounds like, Bobby.
Yeah, it is. Like, well, I had to walk out of the bar area, but there's a event they're putting on that I was asked to go to with a bunch of Notre Dame and Ohio State folks. Very high society event put off. I don't know if they'd let you in.
There's no way they'd let me in.
Just to entertain some people. So there's festivities, there's things going on all over the place throughout here. And I mean, Mike, you were telling me about that chicken wing special they have at the Magic City, and I guess it's some sort of eat off or something. I don't know. I'm not really into that thing, but maybe
give it a shot, man. It might
be there.
Yeah, it might have some memories there.
Well, Beam told me that your Diamond's platinum status will also carry over to Magic City. So,
hey, man, mention my name and the doors will open.
The other Michael Bennett.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mention that one, yes. Bobby, we appreciate the time, buddy. Thanks so much. Enjoy that, and you'll be on Morning Juice tomorrow morning. Don't stay up too late tonight, and we will talk to you soon.
I'll be ready to rock, man. I'm excited for tomorrow with Beam, and what else would I rather be doing than waking up at 5 o'clock in my hotel room to do a show with a former roommate of Michael Bennett.
I tell you, what I'd rather do is do a show with Tito, but that's okay. We're not going to talk about that now, Bobby. Have a great time, bub. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. See you guys.
All right. That was Bobby Carpenter, former Buckeye linebacker, NFL linebacker on Morning Juice tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Him and Brandon Beam, let me ask you this before we go to a break. Beam likes to act like you and he are very close. Do you think Beamer feels closer to you than you feel to Beam?
No, dude. I think Beamer has more friends than I do. I'm not a big go out and meet people kind of guy.
Okay.
Me and Beam became friends in like 7th grade, and then I was like, all right, that's my guy.
Okay.
So yeah, and then lived together in college with a whole bunch of other guys and stayed close throughout the years. Yeah, it's my road dog.
Publicly, I am still going to say that Beam is a jock sniffer when it comes to you.
No, dude, we'll have to fight for that one. I can't let that slide.
But publicly, I might let it happen. Anyway, coming up next, we'll wrap things up, give you our predictions for the NFL games today, the big one tomorrow, and update you on the OSU women in a close game against Penn State. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic. Oh, yes. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day. at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Ah, look here. These teeth, they're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin. People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Game day is almost here, Ohio State fans. Come to Dick's Sporting Goods to get your new Ohio State gear. And make sure you're ready for the big game. Shop our huge selection of Ohio State tees, hats, and hoodies for the whole family. In-store or shop online at Dicks.com. Every championship season starts at Dick's.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow developing as we head throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. Temperatures staying steady in the mid-20s, up to an inch of accumulation, and some snow showers can be heavy at times. Snow tapers off overnight as temperatures dip to near zero. Wind chill values 10 to 20 below for Monday morning. But then Monday afternoon will be mostly sunny and cold. Highs near 10, but wind chill values stay below -10 throughout the day. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan sports destination. Take the Fan with you wherever you go with the Fan app. Download it now, or we'll find you. You bring your lunch money today? Good, give it to us. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Final segment of the program. Tito. ... The great Michael Bennett to my right. Jacob Reimer over there. Done with lunch, watching Illinois basketball intently. Do we have an update on Illinois-Michigan State?
Sparty just made 2 free throws to go up 80-77 with 5.4 remaining.
Illinois with the ball.
Needs a 3, but now kind of
2 would be okay too, though, right? Or foul.
Yes, that's what you got to foul up 3.
Right.
Always foul up 3.
Like, because it feels to me like Michigan State should win by no more than 2.5. Yes. That's just what it feels like to me as an analyst on this side. Maybe I'm wrong.
Unless they don't foul. But
unless they don't foul. They should foul. The smart move would be to foul. By the way, Ohio State women right now, 17-0, 6-0 in the Big Ten, currently trailing by 2 against Penn State. Under 9 minutes to go in that game. The Buckeyes are down 53-51. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there is nothing more entertaining, bang for the buck, than Ohio State women's basketball if you can go to one of their games. They are so much fun to watch.
I haven't been to one. I'm going to have to catch
you got to go. Listen, you got to go. And they do the old Arkansas Nolan Richardson defense. They play 40 minutes of hell. They press the entire game.
That's what you have to do in college.
They do a great job. They've got Cody McMahon. They've got Jelani Cambridge isn't playing today for some reason. I'm not sure if why she's not playing, but she's a dynamic freshman. Had like 28 in their last game, a win. But Cody McMahon's got 17 points. I watched her play, and when you watch her up close, you can really appreciate how physical she is. And she hits the floor 10 or 12 times a game. She goes up, she gets fouled, she falls down, she makes a shot, all those things. The Buckeyes now down 56-51 in fourth quarter in that. We'll keep an eye on that one. If we give another update before we get out of here, we will do that as well. I just saw Jacob Reimer fist pump and did not have a Chipotle taco in his hand when he did it. What happened over there, Jacob?
Oh, Michigan State just fouled. So
there we go. That's perfect. They're going to make one.
There's still 3.9 left. So
they're going to make one and then miss the second one on purpose, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there still enough time to, if they don't get the rebound, though, they'd foul again?
I wouldn't think that. I think what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you right now, because I think this is going to happen. He's going to make the first one. He's going to miss the second one. They'll get the rebound and not get a good shot off.
He made the first one.
There you go. So now it's a 2-point game.
Who are we rooting for here?
Right now, we're big fans of Illinois plus 2.5. I'm just saying, that's what we are.
Okay.
If your last name rhymes with timer, you're a big fan of Illinois plus 2.5. That's
long-time Illinois fan.
Whatever. Look,
plus 2.5.
The Ohio State's not playing, so go ahead and root for the blue and orange.
Yeah.
Are that their official colors? Or is it navy?
Primary's orange, yeah.
Okay. Orange and something. Orange and whatever. There's nothing good about Illinois, though. I mean, if you're betting on that's good, but what happened? They got the rebound.
They missed the free throw. I forgot my mic was on and you could hear my reaction.
That's okay. We heard it, yeah. Everyone saw it on YouTube.
It was a perfect shot and missed it. Rebound got balled around. The guy that shot it ended up with it again.
Perfect.
Shot it over the backboard and hit the front of the rim and then went off.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how much?
It would have been a crazy shot if you would have made it.
How much time's left now?
I don't know.
Okay. That's what we do here at the Fan. That's what you get from us. Illinois basketball against Michigan State on a Sunday when we're talking Ohio State football for the national championship, NFL playoffs going on, and we're going to tell you what's going on in the Michigan State-Illinois game. That Michigan State's clearly won the game. But we're intent on finding out.
It's college basketball.
It's college basketball. It's Jacob Reimer. Of course, we're going to do college basketball, and it's Illinois plus 2.5. That's what we're looking at here. Okay, so we got the big game tomorrow here. We'll be able to tell by Jacob's reactions. Keep your mic on so we see you on YouTube. Keep your mic on so people on YouTube, I'm watching the YouTube channel. Keep it on so we can see your reaction to what happens, and everyone will know what happens there. Tomorrow night, the prediction for you for Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michael Bennett.
Yeah, I know Notre Dame has a good defense. I am not sold on their offense. And I've been an Ohio State homer. I'm going to go with Ohio State 30. Let's go with 31. Ohio State 31, Notre Dame 6. I cannot see them getting in the end zone. I can't see them getting double digits. Maybe they do. They're a good squad, but I don't see it.
You've got Ohio State 31-6.
Yeah.
Okay, the line right now is Ohio State minus 8.5. Total points over 45.5. So you've got Ohio State and the under.
Yeah,
is what
couldn't
you're
care less
looking
what Vegas has to say.
I know you don't. I'm just saying.
I don't think Notre Dame has the firepower to keep up with this defense. I think Notre Dame has a good defense, so we're not putting 40 or 50 on them. But we put up however many points against Texas with Jeremiah Smith getting 3 yards.
Right, nothing.
I don't think he's getting held to 3 yards again.
I see a very similar performance. Oh my gosh, Jacob Reimer. You didn't do what I said to do. You did not have your mic on, so no one saw it.
I didn't want to interrupt.
You don't interrupt. You could raise your hands up. Your camera is still on you, though. I wasn't looking for sound from you. I was looking for reaction. Just the
just
visual.
Threw my hands up. I didn't even make a sound.
That's what I'm saying. You could have the camera, you could have the mic on, so the people would see you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We've got 37 people. There we go. Thank you.
That's what we needed.
So you covered. Illinois. I'm sorry, not you. Illinois lost by less than 2.5.
They lost by 2. They added a second. I think it was 0.9. Okay. They just added a tenth of a second on to make it 1 second left, and they just threw it down to their big man, and he was further enough away to where Illinois wasn't going to foul.
Michigan State wins by less than 2.5 over Illinois. That's what the headline will be in the newspaper tomorrow. Spartans win by less than 2.5. Okay. I have Ohio State winning 27-14.
It's respectable. I think that could happen.
I think maybe 27-13 might be better. Because I don't know if Notre Dame scores 2 touchdowns. They might get a couple of field goals in there. Their special teams is what scares me. But
I can see them getting 10 points. I can see Notre Dame getting 10. I don't think they will, but I can see that. But over 10, I don't know, man.
I've got 24-10.
You've got 24-10.
Yeah.
So all three of us think Ohio State covers, but under the 45.5.
Yes.
What we all think. Okay.
I'd be very surprised to see 45 points out there.
But the only thing that scares me about ever taking the over-under in this game is because I think Ohio State's offense could score 40 on everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's part of if they score 40, it's going to be over because it's going to be more than it'll be 40-6 or whatever it is.
Yeah. I don't think this offense is definitely better than the last time we played Notre Dame, but I don't think they're putting 40 on them.
I spent so much damn time talking about that Illinois-Michigan State game. Now we're running out of time. Predictions today. Who wins the NFL games? We got to do it quick. You've got Eagles against the Rams, and you've got Bills and Ravens.
Eagles and Baltimore.
Eagles and Baltimore. Jacob.
I've got, Eagles and Baltimore.
I've got Eagles and Buffalo. I think Buffalo does win this game. By the way, the Ohio State women, they right now are still in a dogfight with the Nittany Lions. Score right now is 56-56 with under 5 minutes left. By the way, UConn, just for the record, they're beating Seton Hall 84-26 on the women's side. That's UConn doing what UConn does. But we'll see if Ohio State can hold on. Love that program. Love what they're doing out there. And they're like I say, they are so much fun to watch. Kevin McGuff does a fantastic job there. That is it for us today. Michael, it's always a pleasure working with you.
This was a good time today, Tito.
Jacob, thank you for all that, for your lunch and your animation, all of those things. And thank you for getting Timmy Hall on the air and doing everything you did. Thank you to Bobby Carpenter, Jimmie Bell. We always love having him on as well, the former Buckeye defensive lineman. We had Mekka Don on. We had Tyvis Powell on. Who am I missing there? I'm missing one more person. We had Tim Hall on. That's the other one. Timmy Hall came on for that earlier segment to talk about his Washington Commanders and insult me, which I appreciated. But everyone, look, enjoy the game. Coming up next, the Eagles game against the Rams in Philly. You can't just listen to it, watch all the snow, and be happy you're not in it. Same thing with the Bills and Ravens. And then make sure tomorrow you stick around because 6 a.m. we start our Buckeye coverage for Buckeyes and Notre Dame. It's been a blast. Appreciate all of you. Have a great Sunday on the Pan.
You want to know what the VIP stands for in the Ohio Lottery's new VIP Millions game? Very impressive payouts, because this $50 scratch-off has $51 million winners. Plus, with 5 bonus boxes and a chance to multiply your winnings by up to an astonishing 500 times. This game truly lives up to its VIP status. VIP Millions, your best chance ever to win $1 million in Ohio Lottery history. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and are you ready for this? 5 weeks with Awaken 180 weight loss, and I'm already down 30 pounds. 5 more pounds just last week. I'm no mathematician. I will leave that to my wife, but 30 pounds, 5 weeks, Isn't that an average of just about 6 pounds a week? So far, I'd say Awaken 180 was everything it was cracked up to be and more. The guys talked about coaching, and my Awaken 180 coach, Natalie, she's the reason why this is so easy. We all know that I need to stay up for the games. I told her that, and she changed the program on me. Brandon, make sure to have this at it for an after-dinner snack. And also add an extra tablespoon of healthy fat, some delicious olive oil. So I did, and I'd say 5 more pounds down last week, and it did the trick. If I say I'm hungry at this time, she fixes it. If I have cravings at this time, she fixes it. There's no guesswork with Awaken 180. You eat, listen to your coach, go about your everyday routine, and the weight simply falls off. Sounds too good to be true, but it isn't. Do what we all did and lose your weight for the last time. Visit them online at awaken180weightloss.com. Again, that's